In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Welcome to the show, boys and girls. Yes, 2 hours away from what we hope will be a perfect beginning to this week. Thank you to everybody at the morning show. I don't know if you know, but the folks at the morning show got you guys $20 ahead. Pay it forward, if you will. Welcome to the program. It is the Steel Toe Evening Show. I've got a new dryer coming. Gotta say goodbye to the old. My dryer, God damn it, the thing, not the can, not the barrel, not the basket, the drum. Thank you. The drum, cracked. Got a cracked drum. And it's, in the last load of laundry, it was putting holes in the shirts. It put a hole in the shoulder of my favorite shirt, my Gordon Lightfoot shirt. It was a gift from SP a long time ago, and now it has a little tiny hole in the shoulder. I'm bummed about it, and that means got to get that new dryer in here. Good news is, just did that catch-up load of laundry yesterday. So we're all caught up. Hey, boys. We've got so much news already. Rust Belt says, use a clothesline. Works great this time of year. Yeah, I'll be sure to do that. What do we have right now in Minnesota? Minus 17. Minus 17 in lovely Minnesota. Holy shit, this is bad. SP left the house this morning, and we've been texting really ever since. And it was determined that neither of us will be leaving home today. It's just too fucking cold. I mean, for those of you who don't understand, for those of you who live in non-Arctic climates, you can't just take your auto start this time of year. You can't just take your key fob or whatever you have or your app and start your vehicle and let it run. Not in Minnesota, because that has a runtime of what? 15, 20 minutes? That ain't enough time to get your car warm in Minnesota. We're in the kind of weather now where you should just be starting your vehicle, garage or no garage, heated garage, no heated garage. I have a 3-stall garage, not heated, insulated but not heated. Oh, shit. No, it's only insulated in the first 2 stalls. So if you have an insulated garage, still, you should be out there. You should be starting it. You should be letting your car run a little bit. But you've got to let your car run for a solid 20, 25 before it warms up on days like today. And if you park outside on days like today, just don't leave your couch. Just forget it. Whatever you got going on, it's Martin Luther King Day. You can do it tomorrow. I had to go out in this shit today. It was not good. There was no fun going out in any of this shit today. I had to go to the gym today. Have to, man. I got to get there 4 days a week. We got a little over a month before the fight, which the second thing I had today was I had my physical. So my physical was taken. What a lovely doctor I had. She said that I look younger than I am, and I am in shape younger than I am, which I didn't know. One of two things. Either doctors are allowed to lie now, or two, this woman sees a lot of remarkably unhealthy people. I think that's what's happening in America in general. I think everyone else is just so generally unhealthy. Like everyone is like Melton and Antisocial Girls fat. Like they're all just obese like that. So then people like me who are just a little bit over and need to drop about 10, they're like, oh my God, you're an Adonis, which is not true in any other country in the world. But in America, it's just there's such a low bar. So we have we had the gym today, which went very, very well. You got to work your ass off in the gym we're in because Scott's not a big turn up the heat guy. And if it's negative 17 out, there's not much you can do to keep that thing warm. And there was no sauna today. So I had to work my fucking ass off. New thing now, 3-minute rounds on the bag, and then 1-minute rests and plank during that 1-minute rest. And for someone who does not have the best core, this is something that's A, very necessary for me, and 2, fucking sucks. It's horrible. But look, man, you got about a month and 2 days. Gotta get the fucking work in. Scott showed me a picture today. He goes, I found this. This is of our team a while back. And I looked at it and I started guessing who everybody was, thinking it was like people from the last few years. And he's like, nope, that's so-and-so. Nope, that's this person. Nope, that's this person. Fucking picture was from 30 years ago. This was one of those like really old, like you feel really old moments. The picture was from 30 years ago, 1995, which I would have been 8 years old. And so I was alive for this picture 30 years ago. And I looked at the people and I recognized them. I'm like, oh, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so. And he was like, no, that's their dad. And I'm like, fuck. Or that's their older brother, or that's this person, or that's that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that is bad. I felt so, because it looked like, I mean, I'm at the age now where something in 1995 looks relatively current to me. You ever watch a football game from like 2008 and you're like, that looks like it could have been yesterday. Guess what? You're fucking old now. You're fucking old. That's what it is. Show a Zoomer a 2008 football game and they'll go, what is this geriatric leather helmeted bullshit? But anyway, I got to the gym today. I got to do the physical. My physical went great. 6'3", I knew that part. With all the clothes on, and I did have a sandwich before my appointment, 224. I did tell the doctor, I go, I got to come down about 10 pounds. I want to come down 10. And she goes, what does that consist of? I go, honestly, probably just going to the gym 4 days a week instead of 3, not drinking diet soda, and not stopping at gas stations for food. That's all I have to do. And in a week or two, boom, right back to 215. And she goes, oh, that's great. You have a plan. I'm like, yeah, now it's just sticking to it. That's it. My oxygenation, I have no idea what this is, but it sounds really good. My oxygenation is at 97%, which is really close to 100. So I asked her, I go, is this good? She's like, that's fantastic. It's not a race to 100, but it's very good. And then my blood pressure, 125/73, which I'm being told is perfect. I'm being told that's very, very good. So I was happy. Under the physical, she wrote athletic activity, no restrictions. And that's what you need. You need that athletic activity, no restrictions. And then you turn that. Now I got to turn that into Scott on Wednesday. And we're good to go. All you can eat Negro says fat takes extra O2. She wouldn't say that, though. She's very nice. Rusty Grammar says, so are you a thumb in the butt guy? You know, I was thinking about this as I left. No thumbs in the butt, no checking my balls. Is the checking the balls thing like a puberty deal? Like they only do that when you're a teenager? Because I've only had my balls checked once. It was by a male doctor. And now I'm starting to think that that guy just wanted to touch my balls. Like he was just touching teenagers' balls. His name was Dr. Franklin Melton. So I'm kind of worried that I was like borderline victimized. Oh, boy. And this was not good. I didn't think this was something doctors were allowed to say. She asked me, she goes, do you smoke at all? And I said, I probably have like 8 cigars during the summer. Like when I'm out golfing, sometimes I'll have a cigar. I'll have about 8 of them a year. And she goes, oh, that's fine. I'm like, I don't think that's supposed to be fine. I don't think you're supposed to say that's fine. I don't think you're supposed to say smoking cigars is fine. You should be at 0 cigars a year. But apparently you're allowed to smoke a few. I'm passing on the medical knowledge I gained today. Oxygenation of 97% rules. 125/73 is great blood pressure. 6'3", 224 just means you got to, drop a few down. And apparently smoking 8 cigars a year is hunky-dory. Picture of health. Now, there were a few funny lines here that I wanted to scroll up and grab. Pakistan with 199 says, did your coaching check come in yet? Yeah, that comes in like the first week of every month. I get paid to coach. Again, sorry about that. Apologize. I know that set a lot of people off this year or this last week. But yes, my coaching check, that massive $100 check that I cash from coaching fucking 4 hours a month. Oh, boy, I'm rolling in it. Now I see why you guys are so hell-bent on trying to pretend that isn't real. I mean, you're worried about me getting wealthy, like becoming the next Freddie Roach. It's a nominal fee. It's a hefty fee. It's a hell of a retainer. Red Fox Mad with 499 says, how was the penis sleeve pump? Did you use it yet? No, I do not plan on using the snail cup that one of our viewers sent me. One of our fans sent a snail cup. Here's why I'm not going to use the snail cup. 2 reasons. One, like that whole vibe just kind of skeezes me out. But number 2, I don't want to find out I like that. Like, what if you find out that feels really fucking good? Like, what if you stick your dick in a snail cup and you go, oh, yeah, this is a guilty pleasure. Oh, boy, this feels fantastic. I don't want to go to that place. That's not somewhere I want to live. That's not somewhere I want to know exists or could happen. So I'm going to leave it alone. If other people like the snail cup, God bless them. That's totally for them. I'm fine. Triple N says no restrictions other than your own lethargy. Well, isn't that what God gave all of us? God gave all of us the only limitations being our own lethargy. Yankee, they do not measure cum proteins at a physical. He asked if my cum proteins are off the chart. They don't. I should be charging you for this. I really should. They do not measure that during a physical. Brett Mack says sperm count was 5. It better fucking not be. After that vasectomy years ago, I better not be. If there's any swimmers in that shit, I owe somebody a fucking lawsuit. She did ask me. She goes, are you sexually active? And I said, yes. And she said, she goes, are you using any kind of protection? And I'm like, I couldn't think of the word vasectomy. I almost told her I was castrated. I told her, she goes, are you using any kind of protection? I go, oh, no, not that. What's the word? She goes, vasectomy. Thank you. And I told her, I said, I almost told you I was castrated, which I'm not married anymore. So that's not the case. Wah, wah, wah. That's a little married humor for everybody. Dude, I had a great day today. It was a lot of fun. Anytime you can just you can get shit done and make a day like today go by quickly, fucking do it, because nothing's open. It's negative 20 degrees out, like negative 30 with the wind chill. They're already postponing school tomorrow. Now, luckily, my kids already have school off, and I'm guessing we'll be staying inside all day tomorrow. But all the schools around here are 2 hours late. They're going to try and let it warm up because those big fucking buses, they need to be able to start. So we've got, it's a nightmare. Whatever you can do. Otherwise, sit in your little depression couch, your little depression chair, watch some movies, make it go by as quick as possible. MSO says, don't people in Minnesota realize we have warmer places in our beautiful country that you can live? It's, we choose to live here. And it's not even like the Dakotas where there's no state taxes. And you can just be like, well, you know, it may be shitty here and it may be desolate and cold half the year, but, you know, we don't pay any state income taxes. So that's a win. Nope. We pay one of the highest, state income taxes in the country. I think we're number 4. I think it goes, oh my God. I clicked to see if that was the real Alex Stein to see how much of a thing. If it was a fake Alex Stein, I would have said, thanks for the fucking $5, asshole. But it's Mr. Alex Stein, who knows he's welcome to call in anytime. Anytime I've actually got the phone hooked up to the fucking... Let's give Alex this for his $5.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
I think it's only fair that Alex gets that one. And the lovely and talented Elissa Clips offered to cut up a version of the Alex thing that I could play on my show because he mentioned some things that I can't play on my show. And I said, that's all right. I steered people over to the Alex Stein Dallas thing. It's so funny. I texted Alex after I heard it, and I went, you fucking asshole. It was really good, but it's like, my best friend, anytime he mentions both Nick and I as his best friend, I know we're both going to get shit on. And the shit he said about me, I was like, oh, fucking God damn it. Why? Alexandria, Minnesota, you are not Alex Stein. Stop it. Now people are taking advantage. But the video was really, really funny. It was really good. Thank you very much for that $4.99. Always nice to have people contributing to this dog shit program. We got a lot of Trump celebration stuff to get through. We got Keanu, too. We got Keanu trashing the shit out of Melanie Mac. Speaking of Alex Stein, I think it was Melanie Mac and Alex Stein who fucking ganged up on the MILF queen herself, Brandy Love, back on an episode of Simpcast. Melanie Mac was going for like the save your soul through Jesus Christ angle. And I think Alex just had a weird day and wanted to call a porn star a slut. And they came at it from different positions. You know, Melanie was like, she's talking to a woman who has taken so many loads she can't count. And she's talking to her about Jesus and all of this shit. It's like, shut the fuck up. Whereas Alex is like, aren't you a whore? Isn't your husband a cuckold? Alex has the subtlety of the fucking Thanos snap. He really just kind of, Alex, I know he's a big Andy Kaufman fan, but it's like if you gave Andy Kaufman a nuke, you would have Alex Stein. You know, Andy would kind of sneak up on you and slow roll you. Whereas Alex just goes, hey, Brandy Love, aren't you a whore? Haven't you taken it in the butt? Isn't your husband a cuckold then? Isn't he a cock? Like, you have sex with men and then you get money and that, aren't you a whore? Gives me a headache to yell like Alex. Whereas Melanie Mac was going, I worry about your eternal soul. And video games are really bad. And titties shouldn't be in video games. And yeah, we need to pray the gay away and all that shit. We got a clip of Keanu shitting on Melanie Mac. And, you know, I got to say, Chrissy gets put in some really uncomfortable positions sometimes on her show, and she does not handle it well. Like, Chrissy does not like having to go against her friends, but she also doesn't, like, defend them at all, ever. Like Melanie Mac's been on Chrissy's show a bunch of times, and Keanu is just fucking hammering her. And we're going to watch the clip in a little bit, then we're going to get to a bunch of inauguration stuff. Just beating the shit out of her, calling her a grifter, a fake Christian, shit like that. And Chrissy's just, okay. Yeah, all right. The only person I've ever seen Chrissy, unfortunately, yell at and, like, kick off her stream is Alex. Alex was on Simcast. He was yelling at Ricada. He was calling it before any of us did. I didn't even know the fucking guy. Not Alex, I mean Nick. But I think that's the thing that got Alex and I to actually talk. Was Alex, like, trolled April on Chrissy's show, and then called Nick a cuck. And long story short, Alex and I end up messaging each other. He comes on the show, and he was actually really cool, and I felt like a bag of shit for talking shit about any of his stuff. He was, but, you know, I'm thinking, I'm going to say this, and we're going to play the Keanu thing in a little bit. I did tell you guys on Sunday, I think the morning show is going to be more like the talk show, morning show format that the OGs really love and they say they want. I think the evening show, we're going to cut loose a little bit, put our feet up, and maybe talk a little shit about people on the evening show. I think we can separate those two and give them both their own unique brand, you know, Raw and SmackDown kind of a thing. But I think the mask is kind of slipping on Chrissy. I don't think she's kind of the kind of person that you want to have your back. I did talk to Keanu this weekend, and it was nice to hear Keanu say that she felt, and I encourage Keanu to talk about this publicly. I encourage her because I think she'll be not forgiven, but she was talking about how nice it was that people were clipping her stuff with the whippets and shit like that. And I told you, I told her, I said, I think you took some really bad advice from Frank and Chrissy on the clipping thing. I think that was terrible advice. You shouldn't have picked a fight with those clippers. I think you should have embraced it, encouraged them to clip you, the whole deal. I think it really would help. She goes, yeah, I think so. The only thing she did say is, she's like, I think that Will Herron guy is a little slimy, though. And it's okay to distrust different individuals. But there's a lot of really good clippers out there that have zero agenda. I don't think My Lost Interest has an agenda. Misery Loves Clips does, but I you know, he doesn't hate me, so I like him. Who else doesn't have? Alyssa Clips certainly doesn't have an agenda. I don't think Stalin has an agenda. I'm sure there's many more that I'm forgetting. Doom has an agenda, but I think it's just to be a shit, and I respect that. Like, people are like, he's a Melton guy, he's a Melton guy. If he was a true blue Melton guy, he'd be a lot fucking me. If he was really begging for Daddy Melton's attention, like the postmenopausal girls who were scared that they played Keanu calling Patrick gay, accurately, by the way, and they were like, oh, we didn't mean to clip that. It's like, imagine being so pathetic. Like, I've said this before, if you want to hate me, then just hate me. But you don't have to cuck to a guy who's a minor, who like talks like a minor attracted person. You don't have to. That's disgusting. That's gross. That's devaluing yourselves, girls. And you're on the wrong side of 40, and your womb has been shut down. You got to start standing up for yourself. Usually postmenopausal women have more balls than that. And that's what we're looking for here. Vidam, thank you for the $5. He says, North Dakota is an awesome state. I would love to move to Fargo, North Dakota. That's the first time I've ever heard anyone say that. That's the first time I've ever heard anyone say they want to move to Fargo. Los Federales with $1 says, let's start the show off on the right foot. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's Joe Biden went, my God, Donald, there's people in there. There's people in there.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
That just kind of fit, if you ask me. Atomic Ray with $3 says, this segment about Kiki is long-winded like a girl. Just end this with Kiki is a woman. We will understand. Let's play. Now, I asked this morning, I said, does anyone kind of know about this Melanie Mac thing? And people were like, yeah, she's a grifter. She's complaining about video games and this and that. And I've been looking into it since last week, and I can't find, like, good clips. I can't find, like, articles or anything good like that. It's just a lot of people talking shit on Twitter. So apparently, from what I gather, Melanie Mac used to be someone who liked to say the gay F word, and she was anti-SJW, and fuck these SJWs, and gay is not the way, and all that shit. Then she's like super Christian gal. She's like super Christian chick. Now she's fucking with video games. And I would like to give everybody a friendly tip about being on the internet. Don't just leave gamers alone. Leave comic book people alone. It's a recipe for disaster. You're gonna lose. They're very mean. They're incredibly persistent. And here's the other thing about gamers. Here's why I think people should leave gamers the fuck alone. They're not out there bothering anybody. Like, gamers aren't going out there and fucking with people. Gamers aren't going out there going, put our video games in your shit. Put our video games on your stuff. Video gamers literally just want to kick back and play their games. That's it. Then these fucking broads come in. And these fucking broads go in there and they go, well, I don't think that women should be objectified this way. And they should. Shut the fuck. Like, nobody asked you. They just want to play their fucking video games. They're not hurting you. They're not bothering anybody. Let them do it. That, and as All You Can Eat Negro says, they're sociopaths. They're dangerous people. Whatever I have to say about gamers that is critical is not worth saying, because I don't want to feel the heat that's going to come back at me, because I'm not as emotionally invested in their hobby as they are. So if I want to go in and I want to have this big to-do and this big back and forth, they're going to kick the shit out of me because they have way more passion about it. Whereas Melanie Mac is like, I think it's sinful to have lusty video games. And no, but here's the problem with people like Melanie Mac. She comes out with these hot takes, and I'm not necessarily against hot take culture. That kind of makes the world go round. I'm part of it, you know? But say like a Stephen A. Smith. When Stephen A. Smith gives you a hot take on Lamar Jackson after this weekend's playoff games, it's because somebody paid him and asked him, what do you think about Lamar Jackson after the playoffs this weekend? And he gives you his hot take. Melanie Mac comes out like a fucking autist and goes, I don't think video games should be lustful. And everyone in gaming looks around and goes, bitch, who the fuck asked you? Like, who asked you to comment on our fucking video games and whether or not what is she going to be, like your middle school guidance counselor and just measure if you're showing too much midriff or if there's too much cleavage or if your shoulders are exposed, you're wearing spaghetti straps? Like, fuck off and let people play video games. All right? I've seen the asses now in those football pants in Madden. It's detrimental to our youth. So now, I think this Melanie Mac thing has grifter written all over it, but it was a failed grift, and it'll be interesting to see kind of what she falls back on. Now, Chrissy has come out and defended Melanie Mac and said, oh, if you guys want to judge her so harshly, here's the things Christians aren't allowed to do, and if you think she's a bad Christian, then you're a bad Christian, and I'm a bad Christian, and this and that. Well, then Keanu goes on Simpcast and starts laying into Melanie Mac. And I was waiting for Chrissy to do a little pushback like a good show host does. A little bit of pushback, either defend your friend or go, you know what, Keanu, I agree. Fuck this Melanie Mac, blah, blah, blah. Chrissy just kind of sat there and mm-hmmed it. You know, this is the same Chrissy that had no problem sweeping for a guy who gave his child cocaine. She actively swept for a guy who gave his child cocaine. And I'll admit, I don't let this go, claims that I'm the one that corrupted him. And to be fair, fuck Chrissy Mayer for that. Not eternally, not forever, not she's dead to me or anything like that. But that was a fucking Bush League move. That was an amateur move. She knows it was an amateur move. I know it was an amateur move. But she doesn't defend anybody on that show. Let's watch the Keanu clip here. This is Keanu, and thank you, Misery Loves Clips. I'm going to send you $10 after the show. If I don't, hold my fucking feet to the fire on that. $10 I always pay to Clippers when I use their stuff. This is Keanu on Simpcast with Lila Hart, who I like very much. Obviously, met her, hung out with her that weekend. She's a really, really kind person. And then I don't know who the other person here is. They're down in the corner. This is Keanu on Simpcast. And may I say, Keanu and Chrissy are friends. Kudos to Keanu for knowing how Chrissy feels about this Melanie Mac and still having the fucking balls to have an opinion anyway. Let me take myself out of the equation here so you can see Keanu.
Like that.
She's a lady that found the Lord, and she is like... There are things. She calls herself, there are a lot of Christians that aren't biblically Christian or what have you. And
I will say...
No, wait a minute. What the... Now, is that Keanu saying that or Melanie Mac saying that? There aren't Christians that are biblically Christian? Then what the fuck are you? That is the biggest load of horse shit I've ever heard in my life. That's... You know what that is? I want to be a Christian, but I want to have an excuse as to why my ass and titties are out. Well, I'm just not biblically Christian. Huh, weird. You know where, I had this idea. Correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't Christianity come from the fucking Bible? So how can you can't be anything but a biblical Christian. You can be a failed Christian. You can fall short in the eyes of God. Lord knows everybody does. But to say that you're not a biblical Christian is just a bullshit, eat as much as you want and don't gain weight diet plan. I'm a Christian, but I'm not a biblical Christian. Fuck, get the fuck out of here with the not a biblical Christian.
And I'm going to call it a grift. It is being shockingly like it's.
Oh, Ashton Birdie. So it's Ashton Birdie, Chrissy, Lila, and Keanu. And I think Keanu is, I think she's found a set of balls because she's really been getting after it. I didn't, Kiwi Farms was accusing me. I was reading the Farms, love the Farms, but got real critical on me saying I'm drip feeding shit. Like this, I got no more stories for you guys. I got nothing else. My numbers reflect that. I got no other stories other than stuff that happens from now on. New shit. I wasn't drip feeding the nitrous thing. I was telling you that story third person, second hand, third hand maybe. I always considered that Keanu's story to tell. She asked me not to talk about it, so I didn't talk about it. I figured once she talked about it, then it was all right for me to talk about that conversation. But until then, proving that Aaron can keep his mouth shut sometimes. And that kind of annoyed me too, because they're like, yeah, just drip feed and shit. It's like, well, which one is it? Can I not keep my fucking mouth shut? Or am I trickling shit out there? In this instance, I actually kept my fucking mouth shut. I didn't say the thing that someone told me not to say. And then when they came out with it, I go, oh, well, if we're coming out with it, here's what she told me. Here's what I know. I thought people might appreciate that. And God damn it, I was wrong. So let's continue on here. Keanu getting after it on Chrissy's show. Chrissy Mayer, hours before, had just defended Melanie Mac on Twitter.
The word perversion, it's the F-slur videos. It's not just like, paging Dr. Paget. It's, that's hilarious, right?
That was an uncomfortable laugh.
It's more, you know what I'm tired of? Packets. Or, packets should stay in the closet, or nobody wants to get daddies, right? Which isn't very Christ-like, okay?
Right. That's so they're talking about the previous tweets and the previous things. This is where I agree with Keanu. You can't just keep saying, well, people evolve. Oh, people evolve, people change. That's true. From like 22 to 35, I think Melanie Mac's 40? From 22 to 40, yeah, you can change. But you don't fucking have, I say the gay F word to criticize gay people to, I'm a good Christian and I don't judge in 3 years, 2 years, whatever it is. That's not a change. That's a grift. You went with the hardline Christian conservative gay F word shit to be edgy, to be, to walk that line. Then when that money in that audience dried up, now you're going to try and jump to something else. Oh, we shouldn't have temptation in video games, and we shouldn't have tantalizing to fucking hell. A lot of gamers are coomers, okay? There's nothing you can do about that. They're just trying to feed their audience. You don't change that quickly, and Keanu's right about that.
That's
right.
So people
and I
get
think people can also change their minds too.
It's not change their mind. And I think Ashton's great too, but it's not change your mind. It's see which way the winds are blowing, and then go. I hate that. I mean, admit you're doing it, and then I won't hate it. If you just admit you're doing it, like I've said this about Patrick, like as long as you just admit, look, my show was failing, I had nothing. Aaron had a bigger audience, so I grabbed onto him, and now if it's not steel toe, I'm fucked. Admit that. That's fine. Otherwise, there's just a baseline dishonesty, and we'll all laugh at you for that.
Annoying, to me at least, but
you think it's a grift,
video game thing? The grift? Yeah, absolutely. Do you think Jesus would be like, nobody wants to get daddies?
I mean, she's got her there. Like that was Chrissy's most pushback she gave for her friend. And like, I don't want to hear this shit where you're like, well, Keanu's my friend too. So you can stand up to your friend on behalf of your other friend and give her side of things? Is your friendship with this other person so fragile that if you disagree with her on this one thing, you're not going to be friends anymore? Well, in that case, you got work to do. But like, if I'm Melanie Mac on this, I'm like, hey, Chrissy, didn't you just go on Twitter and give me this big multi-tweet defense of how, you know, he who is without sin should cast the first stone and all this other shit? Now Keanu's in here calling me a dishonest grifter. And it's okay, Melanie, I've been there too. with old Kiki. But here's Keanu saying this shit about your friend that you just defended, and now you're pretending that, oh, yeah, it sounds reasonable. Boy, I wouldn't, if I had to be defended publicly on something that was questionable, Chrissy Mayer would not be one of the first 10 people I'd call.
Like, that's a grip.
He probably wouldn't say that. No, but
he did. You remember that?
No, I mean, I'm answering you. I'm like, I don't think Jesus would say that.
No, right. And also, I'm sorry, there's nothing gayer than Jesus. He hung out with 12 dudes and.
Whoa. I mean, look, Keanu, we can make our point about Melanie Mac minus the blasphemy. There's nothing gayer than Jesus? I mean, have you met the 80s? Freddie Mercury, perhaps. Milo. I'm just throwing a few out there. There's a lot of things gayer than Jesus.
Washed their feet all the time. So I don't know. Like, excuse me, but there's nothing gayer than Jesus. I just got to tell Melanie, after that video, I had to unfollow her like a couple of months ago because I'm tired of feeling like I'm going to burst into flames. Me and my loved ones are every time.
Wait, she was doing the gay F word shit a few months ago and now she's lecturing on video games? Yeah, that's not a people change thing. That's a full-on, hey, let me see if I can jump to this audience and grab a few people. Let me see if I can jump to this audience. And maybe Chrissy wants to defend that and Chrissy doesn't want to go after that because Chrissy kind of did that. Chrissy went from feminist LGBTQ person to, hey, I'm Trump January 6th, And then, hey, comics, am I right, guys? Hey, video game, am I right, guys? I mean, there but for the grace of God go I, maybe Chrissy's thinking.
I look at her Twitter. I respect what she's doing. Do I really? You know what? No, I don't.
I will say, look,
here's the other thing. Chrissy doesn't get to defend Melanie Mac by saying, oh, she changed. This is the same Chrissy that just went after, not Sarah Silverman, Whitney Cummings, for saying that she might be getting a little red-pilled. Yeah, it's too late. You had a chance to get the jab. Motherfucker, you ain't the gatekeeper on this shit. And then when Melanie Mac turns out to be a grifter, same thing as what you're accusing Whitney Cummings of doing, well, then she's okay, because she came on your show once.
look, I'd
Like,
like
no,
to
all
learn
right, you
too.
want to bitch about the video games and call, like, it a perversion? Sorry, girlfriend. Jesus was probably gay. He washed men's feet.
He
It's
wasn't
enough.
gay,
People
I don't
evolve.
think.
He could have been.
Chrissy with a big pushback right there. Big pushback. You'll defend a guy whose 9-year-old tested positive for cocaine. But you won't stand up for Melanie Mac. Oh, wait, that's right. That guy was just corrupted by me. The guy who was gone for 6 weeks and didn't get arrested for that. Yeah, right. Yeah. That's what I forgot. See, I'm kind of stupid like that.
Who do you know that he cares about his 12 best friends? And you want to see your 12 best male
just
friends
they were-
before you
what
die
they
and
were-
watch
they
their
were-
Keanu, you need to do this as a bit on stage. It's really funny.
It should be a
I'm
bit.
telling
It
you,
should
I've been
be.
thinking
Yeah,
about this a lot.
girls,
and she's
girls,
probably the
girls.
only person I've ever unfollowed on Twitter.
Girls, let's take it easy on this.
We want the gold, sucker.
God, stop doing that. Girls, let's take it easy on the this should be a stand-up bit thing. As someone who lives in the Midwest, I don't think it would fly in most of the... Hey, you know what? There's a difference between Bill Burr having an HBO special and him being able to craft that bit. There's a difference between that and going into a Midwest comedy club and going, Jesus was queer. Am I right? I don't know. I don't think so. NoPen15 Fathead with $2 says Jesus didn't eat. Is that what you took from that? Is that what you took from that? CJ with $2 says you couldn't possibly be less prepared for a segment. Oh, yeah? Watch me. I could be way less prepared for a segment. Are you questioning the unprofessionalism of this program? Dive Bar with $5 says for the dishonest grift account. Oh, thank you. Yes. All your dishonest grift dollars. Send them right here. That puts us Oh, thank you guys. 160 away from today. Funeral director with $2 says, I find the two girls funnier than Canoe. To be honest, hashtag sunk. Somebody sent a text to the show line today and told me that Gino was on MLC and that it was content gold. I missed it. Sam Show says, Kino Casino covered this so well, and you're just like, me to know any good coverage. Well, no, I didn't say any good coverage. I meant like good video in terms of like news-like, breaking it down step by step. I don't want to just copy Kino Casino's video and do their takes. If I watch Kino Casino's takes, then I might as well not have my own. I would rather just watch something that explains the whole thing. I read enough about it today where I saw what the accusation was. I saw what people were saying about it, and I did see people trying to make her age a part of it, like, oh, if you're 40, you can't do this. I didn't really think that was a valid argument. I just don't think you can go with the gay F-word shit and then be like, oh, we have to be modest, and then lecture porn stars on whether or not they're going to receive the kingdom of Christ. And, like, who yells out Jesus more than a porn star, you know? Fair. But, yeah, the whole thing was, it's all silliness. It's all a bunch, you know what it is? It's all a bunch of horse shit that you and I can, kill time on when it's 30 below in Minnesota. You notice when I talk about how cold it is here, it gets 10 degrees colder every time. It's amazing. Coldest wind chills this morning were 35 below in the Twin Cities. Where's the lowest? The absolute lowest wind chills so far today. 42 below in the Mille Lacs Indian Reservation. Boy, the fucking natives can't catch a break, can they? Coldest most desolate place in the state. If you ever drive up to there's two different tribes, the Mille Lacs Band of Ojibwe and the Shakopee, Midwakaton Sioux. One's up north, one's down south. And the Mille Lacs Band of Ojibwe have all the land. It's a big, sprawling territory. It's fucking useless. It's rocks and cows. It's barely any cows. It's desolate. It's depressing. Shakopee, Midwakaton Sioux, those people are fucking loaded down in Shakopee and Prior Lake. That's the rich res. Mille Lacs, little bit tougher. But it is, oh man, 42 below with the wind chill. It's like MSO said. Do these people not know that they can live somewhere else? I don't know. I have to admit, I like it. I like it. I don't mind it here. I'm not going to sit here and shit talk and be like, oh, it's cold and fucking sucks. I like it. There aren't many places I'd live other than here. Let's go to CJ with $5. Says Melanie was a gamer forever, 15 plus years. She hasn't changed. Been calling people gay F words forever and still does. Awful takes, unprepared. You can't. That's not the take. The take is, and I'm sorry that you're a fan of hers. The take is you can't go out there and call people gay F words and say no two gay F word daddies and then go, Jesus is the light, is the way. We should not have perversion in video games. It's not very Christ-like. Yelling the gay F word at people and saying, you can't have two gay F word daddies. Now, I can say that. I don't fancy myself a Christian. I don't fancy myself a religious guy. I can yell that all I want. But I think to go with... I don't think you can have it two ways where you can just be openly hateful towards a group of people and then go, Jesus. It's bullshit. Funeral director with $2 says we should bring back DEI for toe visibility / justice. Toe visibility / justice. I don't know what that means. Thank you for the $2, funeral director. I appreciate it. 155 away from tonight. Do us a record. Do us a favor. Kick things off over on Venmo, PayPal, and Streamlabs. This is what the Chad Buzamac Top Donations board looks like. Bandit of 71 is on top with $100. Front Porch Conservative in second with 70. Patricia in third with 30. And Thermodyne Diesel in fourth with $20. Thank you guys very much for your contributions. And again, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, 155 away. All the links are pinned to the top of the page. $2 from CJ. Orthodox Christians believe that. Not her fan. I'm sorry. You're not selling me. It's a mixed message. It's a mixed message if you ask me. Rusty Grammar says 20 below is fine. It's the fucking wind that sucks chew dick. Listen, man. I'm going to have to say this. Negative 20 is bad, wind or no wind. You know, I get like 2 below, 0. As long as it's not windy, that's not too terrible. But 20 below is bad, wind or no wind. First and 15 says this is getting back to old school steel toe, talking about women's gossip. No, I said at the top of the show, I said the evening show we can gossip a little more. Morning show, like this morning, was a great example. We'll do the old school morning show that people know and love. We gotta have two brands. Thank you guys very much. Everybody chip in. We'll get this thing under $100 by 8 o'clock, and then we'll have a perfect week of or a perfect day to start out the week for Steel Toe. We're gonna cover a shitload of Trump stuff. We're gonna get to the Elon salute. We're gonna get to the inauguration stuff. Zuckerberg staring at Bezos's chick's titties. All kinds of stuff. But we're going to start with one. There's already been a negative. There's already been a little bit of a rift in the Trump administration on day one. They did the illegal stuff. They did the DEI stuff. They did some January 6th pardonings. We'll catch up on that because that was still developing when we were going on here. But there has been one little setback, I think we can call it. Vivek Ramaswamy reportedly is leaving the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, after friction with the staff. So apparently he's pissed off some people there in a government department that doesn't even exist yet. The staff are not big fans. They got a little friction with Vivek. I wonder if it's over the H-1B visa thing. I don't know. But he's out. One person close to Trump says Vivek has worn out his welcome. There's another rumor that Vivek is going to be running for governor of Ohio or senator of Ohio, and they want him in one of those spots. So it might not be that people hate him. It might not be that he's worn out his welcome. It might just be that he's running for an office somewhere. But it does seem a little weird that all of a sudden he's running for Ohio when they already had him pegged for this Doge thing. I'm willing to believe that there's some kind of problem. I'm starting to believe that there's probably some friction there with the MAGA people. Because, I mean, this seems like a pretty immediate audible to call. He does seem like a guy who would fucking annoy you. And why would you want Vivek to be running in Oklahoma? That seems like a weird match for him, the state of Oklahoma. Deutsch Chad says it's not a rumor. He is running. Okay, so they basically wanted to let him save face, and they're like, look, dude, people are annoyed with you. People don't like you, but we have this thing in Ohio. Why don't you take that? Everyone looks good. Fair enough. Mostly swamp and marshland, says Ski. Have I been to Ohio? I don't think I've been there. I don't think I've been to Ohio. Am I missing anything? Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not missing anything in old Ohio. But yeah, look, man, that's the one negative coming out of MAGA country tonight. That is Vivek Ramaswamy is already outski on Doge. So it's going to be Elon Musk all by himself at Doge. He's going to be running the show all by his lonesome. Sam with $5 says it's so cold that the basketball Americans are pulling their pants up. And what does Eric Church's cocaine jizz taste and smell like? You threw a lot of things at me there, Sam, and I'm not prepared to answer them all at this time. On advice of counsel, I must decline. That puts us 150 away for tonight. Hey, keep going, guys. I'm very happy with what you guys are throwing out there tonight. Keep it going. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. We appreciate your contributions. Oh, tomorrow, I'm going to pick up and mail out Twister. So I've got 5. I think now with Bandit of 71, I've got 5 Twisters that I've got to mail out. So get it in. If you want to throw in the $100 for the autographed gay Twister promotion we've got running now, which has gone extremely well, and you want that mailed out as soon as possible, I think Tuesdays are going to be my mail out days from now on. Go ahead and do that. $100 on any platform gets you the autographed Twister. Oh, man. Yeah, that's right. Sean lives in Ohio. Fucking Sean's going to have to live under Vivek rule for a while. So now we've got Elon running Doge all by himself, and I'm sure Trump is very excited about this. I'm sure he's very happy. Let's go ahead and take a look at some Elon here. I'm sure that, you know, while all this inauguration stuff is going around, they're just kind of listening to Elon in the background, and they're like, wow, you know, what a great day. Trump is back in office. It's so wonderful, and, you know, Elon's up there. He's doing great. You know, guys, this whole thing's on autopilot. We don't even really need to pay attention to what's going on. Elon's going to run Doge. We got Vivek out of here. Rubio just got approved by the Senate. Guys, I really don't think we've got anything to worry about. I mean, it's just, we got the immigration stuff. We got pardoning the J6. What the fuck, dude? Whoa. Stop. Hold on. Hold that thought. Somebody get to Elon. Somebody fucking get to Elon. What the fuck did he just do? What the hell was that? So anyway, like I was saying, I think we got a lot of things to look forward to here. I think we're really going to undo a lot of the shit from Biden. And we got a lot of good people working with us. We got Rubio. We got Elon. We've got... Oh, my God! Ah! Now, people have said before that Elon Musk is autistic. That he's on the autism spectrum. And to be honest, I'm just going to have to go with that on this salute thing. Now, God bless MAGA's heart. I've been seeing them try to defend Elon on this. I've been seeing on Twitter people like, if you think Elon was giving a Nazi salute, you're a fucking idiot. You're this, you're that. I agree with you. If you honestly think he was giving a Nazi salute, like he picked now to come out as a third Riker, you're out of your mind. But it looks really fucking bad. It's one of those things where you're like, Elon, I knew what you intended to do. You knew what you intended to do. But this is called handing your enemy a gun. You know, handing them the rope that they're going to hang you with. It looks bad. You know that pesky gay word, optics? It's bad optics to pound your chest and then hold your arm out straight like that. And no, you noticed, I'm not going to fucking do it because you people are animals. Let's go ahead and watch the context because I can just hear people yelling. You know, I'm going to clip this out later. I can hear people yelling, context, 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 context. Let's go ahead, check out the context behind Elon Musk throwing up the old A to the H here. Yes! See, right there, I would have got him off the stage. I'm like, bro, this is Inauguration Day. That's the wrong energy. You're bringing a lot of WWE. I need this to be like a little more American president, if you will. I don't know if they should give this half a tard, like just a live microphone, because he's a little kooky.
This is what victory feels like. Yeah.
Okay. Already, I need you to bring... That's great. I'm glad you're bringing that energy. That's awesome. I need you to bring it down just a little bit, old Elonsky.
And this was no ordinary victory. This was a fork in the road of human civilization. Okay. This was...
Anytime someone starts talking like that, I'm telling you, you got to get them off the stage. Sounds like a guy who spends way too much time on message boards, guys. We got to shut him down.
This, you know, there are elections that come and go. Some elections are, you know, important, some are not. But this one.
Is he on coke? I know I'm a little extra sensitive to it nowadays. Like I got a little too much extra sensory shit going. He's on coke. Like he's geeked out. He can't hold a thought. He's rambling a mile a minute. His brain is working faster than his mouth is. Does Elon have any coke ski history at all?
This one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Yeah, that doesn't look like anything but a fucking Sieg Heil, buddy. I've got it. Like, this is the thing that annoys me about people taking sides. This is what annoys me about people not being able to look at shit and just see it. Everybody's got to see it as a MAGA or as a progressive or as a this or as a that. Just as a guy looking at a thing, and I want the chat to let me know what they think too. Just as a guy looking at a thing, you know, in baseball, we call that a bang-bang play. You know, tie goes to the runner. It's a little too close. You know, people say about playing the Kansas City Chiefs, like, don't leave it in the hands of the ref. Or in boxing, don't leave it in the hands of the judges. That is Elon leaving it in the hands of the judges. And the judges are saying almost unanimously, that looks like, you know, the old A to the H 1488 shit going on right there.
Some elections are, you know, important, some are not. But this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Like,
my heart goes.
Are there any people watching this right now with looks on their face going, what the fuck was that all about?
My heart goes out to you.
Now, see, a lot of people are going, oh, well, he said, my heart goes out to you. So that was him with he was putting his heart out to them. That's what well, then in that case, Hitler just loved Germany way too hard. That's all that way. And really, should you be mad at someone for loving too hard? Really? Yeah, no pen 15 fathead with $2. Heil Elon. What else was it? What else was that? Yankee says, yeah, that's fucked. MSM does not need any fuel. No, they were going to call him a Nazi before he did that. Bigot on socialist media says, I don't even like Nazis, wasn't offended. It's not about being offended. I can't remember the last time I was actually like offended. There's some shit that offends me, but like, it's not about being offended. It's about knowing how everyone else is going to see that. And everyone else is going to see that as Elon Musk just threw the old Natsaruni on national or worldwide television. Sam Show says, Aaron, fuck you. It was cool. I mean, in fairness, I figured Sam Show would be of that opinion on the matter. Yeah, you can't do that. The salute reportedly derives from an ancient Roman Empire salute, more commonly performed with the slapped chest. Both salutes are generally associated with fascist history in Europe. Yeah, really not the thing when all of the critics of the administration are calling them Nazis and fascists and everything else. Not the thing you want to do that day to, you know, slap the chest and throw the arm out there. I think Trump should have made a rule. Trump should have made a rule that the elbow doesn't get to bend past 90 degrees. If you open the elbow up past 90 degrees, you're in violation and you're out. That's it. That's it. He was just paying tribute to the Roman legions. That's all it was. All right, let's go to some more inauguration stuff. I thought this one was great. I have done a complete 180 on John Fetterman. I think Fetterman's awesome. I think he's the tits. I think he rules. I think everyone should like him. I think if you don't like John Fetterman, you're anti-American because He's Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. He's a rambling, rumbling, bumbling dipshit who just like snuck into the Senate. And now he's just this big lurch motherfucker who's just wandering the halls, doing whatever the hell he wants, dressing however the hell he wants, saying whatever the hell he wants. I like Fetterman. Plus, he went to Mar-a-Lago. He's like, fuck yeah, I want to meet the president. His party's like, hey, Lurch, hey, Frankenstein, you don't go there to meet the president. And he's like, oh, maybe I do. Maybe you suck my dick. I like Fetterman. I think I like Fetterman even more because this was his attire to the fucking inauguration. Not. This was not Senator Fetterman like in a spillover room at the inauguration where like, okay, there's the main room and then there's a room where you can kind of watch it closed circuit. This is like the Barack Obama, Trump family, Jeff Bezos, big tech viewing room for the main inauguration where the big guy's going to be. And fucking Fetterman shows up dressed like this. Look at everybody staring. That guy in the background just eyeing him up in his Carhartt and his thin gym shorts. And he's just bopping around. It's not just that he's wearing a Carhartt and gym shorts. It's that he's 6'9". He's the size of Tyson Fury. And he's wearing a Carhartt and gym shorts to the fucking inauguration. He rules. He'll be a Republican by the end of the year. He can wear whatever the hell he wants. John Fetterman's awesome. Look at these. Look at the black lady. Okay, the black lady's going to eyeball him. And then this guy over here who's not in full view yet is going to eyeball him. They are disgusted that John Fetterman, blame it all on his roots. He showed up in boots and ruined your black tie affair. Look at her. She's looking. He's looking. She's looking. And that big motherfucker, no shame. No shame on Fetterman. He's like, he's not even thinking about it. He's like, what? I wore my good gym shorts. These are the ones that don't have a hole in it. Like, what do you want? I wear my nice shorts. I wear my nice Carhartt, and you're gonna eyeball fuck me? Everyone else here is wearing a suit. You guys all look the same. There's no originality in your outfit. I put in effort. And he's showing off some leg. I'm Team Fetterman. I think it's great. I think it's humiliating for the Senate. I think it's embarrassing for America, but I think it's fucking awesome for him. I love it. He should do it more. Q Anonymous says, fuck Fetterman. I even hate how he introduced your show every morning. New boot goofing. What? Fetterman introduced? I don't know. Taste Fairy Ialto says him dressing like a bum while presiding over hearings was kind of cringe. Guys, just because Trump is in charge now doesn't mean we stop rooting for shit to go weird. Did I lose you? Am I on my own? Oh, no. Because my whole thing is like, I still want to see a complete lack of respect for our institutions. I still want to see shit like Fetterman. I still want to see Lauren Boebert jacking people off in movie theaters. I want to see Marjorie Taylor Greene trying to start fights with Boebert on the floor of the House. I want all that. Just because Trump's president, I don't want everyone to be on their best behavior. I thought that's why we wanted Trump. Because people, they were going to cut loose a little bit and be who they are. I like it. Atomic Ray says, Fetterman looked like he killed gay Jesus. I didn't know they was looking for him, sir. Billy Bob Norris says, autism is not an excuse for Elon. Plenty of autists know the Nazi salute or something like it is stupid. I can't defend the Elon thing. I can't, it's just a fucking artard move to slap the chest. It's one of those things where he gets backstage and you go, can you explain to me what you were thinking? And he starts explaining and you go, what fucking idiot answers that question? Clearly that was rhetorical. You just threw up the old, knots of fornication in the middle of a speech. Chad Buzamok says, even Aaron has a suit he wears to special occasions, a.k.a. court and his numerous weddings. No. My wedding suit was my wedding suit. I have 3-4 suits for court. I got a new one I'm busting out pretty soon. But I got no, my wedding suit will not be a court suit for yours truly, nor will it be any kind of other suit. It's just the wedding suit. And I'd have to pull it out of the fire pit. I'm kidding. I kept it. I like it. What are you going to do? So what's the acceptable way to do a Roman salute, says Taste Fairy? None. There's none. There's zero. They're dead. The empire's done. Even the Byzantines only made it to like 1450 something. Chad Buzamok says, new one, SP wedding incoming. I don't think so. I don't think SP would be good with a wedding right now. I don't think you guys are all acting like it's my choice. Like if Aaron decides they're getting married tomorrow, there we go. You guys are going to be really pissed when I let you know this. Even though Trump won the election, I do have to let you know, women are allowed to consent to weddings. Do you know that? I know, right? Real kick in the dick. For sure. Let's go. 150 away from tonight's goal. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Everybody stop right now and throw their little tribute in. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Off to a nice start tonight on that first hour. Let's make sure we're knocking it out and getting everything taken care of, supporting this wonderful program, and throwing in a few bucks. 150 is the number. We appreciate it. Let's get that down as we're at the top of the hour. Patricia was writing in this morning, and Patricia was saying, hey, Melania Trump's looking good today. And we kept trying to find Melania Trump. We're playing Carmen Sandiego with Melania, and we never saw her. And we were looking so long that we got our fucking stream taken down on YouTube periodically. Meme Copium, by the way, they shut down his stream today. Meme Copium had a stream going, and it got shut down for him watching the inauguration. He appealed it with YouTube, and they overturned it. I just muted our coverage, and then I think ours is back up and running. But yeah, they were being real sticklers with that inauguration shit. But we never saw Melania. Then this afternoon, after my doctor's appointment, after my physical, here she is, Melania Trump. You know what? I thought this was a very sultry look. I thought it was a good idea. I thought the strategy was there. Melania's not 8 years ago Melania. She's probably, in her 50s? So she wore something that I think complements her still very slender figure and her age. Now I'm doing an red carpet show all of a sudden. I think she looks mysterious and gorgeous. I think she looks very good. I didn't think that Jill Biden was dressed like an asshole. I thought she dressed nice too. But Melania's on a different level because Melania literally a supermodel. That's what she literally was, a supermodel for a living. So she's got a little bit of an advantage off the tee, so to speak. Let's go to CJ. He says, are you going through Trump's signed executive orders tonight? We're going to catch up on a lot of the inauguration stuff. I think a lot of the executive order stuff we're going to kind of go through on tomorrow morning's show because A, we have more time, and B, we'll have a more complete look at them by tomorrow. I did see that fucking Biden, is that what his name is? Fucking Biden pardoned his whole family. Did you see this? It's remarkable. We're talking extended relatives, a bunch of other people. Biden, all the people who have been connected in that flow chart you've ever seen of Burisma. I need to narrow my eyes a little bit. I look insane. That if you've ever seen that flow chart of Burisma, a lot of the money got funneled to relatives of Joe Biden. He had a brother, I think a sister, some other people. And he pardoned everybody. Nobody's been charged with a crime. No, this isn't the Hunter pardon, that's not what we're talking about. This was the rest of his entire family. Everybody involved with Burisma, which means where there's smoke, there's fire. These last few days of the Biden presidency, Sam Show's right, have made his presidency look like absolute shit. He does not care. He lost. He's out of there. He's going to... There's no more covering up the dirty moves. It's the last day. So he went, you know what? I'm doing all my dirty moves just right out in the open, right in public. Not shit you can do about it. Fuck you. I'm out of here. But this is pretty much an admission that crimes were committed. That you can literally call it the Biden crime family. You don't have to pardon people for crimes they didn't commit. It's not necessary. So you got Millie, Fauci, 5 Biden family members, if you count Hunter. Hunter pardoned for 11 years, and they're all going to get to keep the money. That's the other thing. People are like, oh, it makes them look so shitty. It makes them like, they don't give a shit. They got tens of millions. And who knows how much money is going to be back-channeled to them through all this Ukraine shit. You think we gave Ukraine $250 billion under Biden's administration, and the Biden family isn't going to see some of that money on the back end? Of course they are. Of course they are. It's officially the Biden crime family. And as far as Millie goes, I don't know what the fuck he did, and obviously I don't think we'll ever know, but I forgot Millie is the guy who said that if Trump ordered him to like attack China, that he might consider warning China. And it's like, oh, so you're that fucking traitorous asshole. Isn't that wonderful? So yeah, those last minute Biden pardons were, look, I wish I could say I was surprised because I'm not. But God, it's just so, you ever have someone pull a dirty move that you knew they were going to pull, but you're like, maybe they don't have the fucking nerve to pull that shady and out in the open of a shitbag corrupt move. And then they do, and you're like, wow, they did it. Like, you know they are, but there's a part of you that's like, it's too corrupt. It's too out in the open. And you're like, oh, that is the clearly they don't give a fuck moment right there. Doompill says you just get some foreign country to charge them and extradite them. You think they're going to do that for Trump? I don't think they're going to do that for Trump. I think Biden is on the side of the people who prosecute and extradite. Biden's in that group. You know, the old Carlin line, it's a big club and you ain't in it. Biden's in it. And, you know, he's protected a lot of people in his 60-year career who will do favors for him for sure. Chad Buzamok says it's funny. Biden will say he pardoned them only because, yes, you're right. Buzamok's 100% right about this. He says it's funny. Biden will say he pardoned them only because Trump may use his power to attack his family legally, like what Biden and the Dems have done to Trump. No, you're right. They'll absolutely use that as an excuse, and there's no way to prove them wrong because he pardoned his family. So there's no way to know if Trump would have went after them. Also, if Trump would have went after them, they would have cried, oh, this is a witch hunt. Oh, he's coming to get us, you see? Even if you have a mountain of evidence that says these people fucking ripped off the American taxpayers. Doesn't matter. There's a whole group of people out there ready to believe that Trump's just doing this to get back at them. Plus, they want to sue their souls for all the dirty prosecuting shit they did to Trump, so they want to believe that Trump's doing that to them. No, Phil Herslit. P. Diddy did not end up with a Biden pardon, unfortunately. P. Diddy did not end up with a Biden pardon. He is not free and clear. Los Federales says, yeah, but Trump just said that he's still going to investigate them anyways. I mean, investigate away? I don't really know what you're going to do. Between all of our platforms, 400 people checking out the show tonight during the national title game. I appreciate that. Thank you guys very much. I would appreciate some crazy generosity in knocking out this last 150 tonight. We appreciate it. Honestly, just a little, I don't know. How about a nice little $50 rally? And then we'll be in good shape for the end of the show tonight. I appreciate your guys' contributions. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats. It's all in the chat. People are trying to put me to a decision tonight, Notre Dame or Ohio State. You're going to hate me. You're really. I feel like Notre Dame is the sentimental favorite. I'm a Big Ten guy, and I got to be a Big Ten guy. Ohio State, go Buckeyes. I'm a Buckeye. I don't know what the score is. I haven't checked yet, but I'm going to be a Buckeyes guy. National title game. Oh, it's 21-7 at halftime. Oh, shit. Now I just look like a guy who's sucking Buckeye dick because they're winning by 14 points. Now I just look like that guy. That's not. And it's, well, look, I mean, if people want to criticize me for that, it looks fair to do that. I didn't know it was 21-7 Buckeyes. Shit. No Pen 15 Fathead gifting 5 memberships over on YouTube. Thank you, buddy. That's, I think that, what does that run you? You'll be upset to hear that that's only like 12 something for us. I don't know what you pay for it. Let's give them credit for 15 on that one because I know people take a fucking bath on those gifted memberships. Thank you very much. I think that runs him about $25, $20. Let's put No Pen at $20 for his contributions. Plus that takes 15 off of tonight's goal. 135 away from tonight. Again, everybody throw in just a little bit like that, and we'll call it another win for the toe. We'll be there. Thank you guys very much. Rusty Grammar with $2 says, suck a dick, Eagles fans. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say suck it. I mean, the Eagles are still in there. The Vikings aren't. I just look like a bitter cunt, which I am. But I just look like a bitter cunt if I say fuck the Eagles. CJ with $5 says, investigating puts their crimes on the record. By accepting a pardon, they cannot plead the fifth. We would get a full account and Trump gets vindicated. Oh, I see what you're saying. You could investigate them. But they can admit any crime they wanted to, right? And they're pardoned against it. They'll be fine. All right. Well, thank you very much for that. We are 135 away from tonight's goal. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, let's drop another 35 here during this rally and call it a holy shit. Flinty Gecko, whose twister is being sent out tomorrow. Flinty, buddy, thank you very much. Flinty's on the board with $50. Thank you very much, Flinty Gecko. During Twister mail-out day tomorrow, Flinty's going to get a nice little gift in the mail. $85 away from tonight. Okay, you guys blew right past that $50 thing I asked for. May I really get greedy and ask that you guys hammer out the whole 85 in the next few minutes? You saw what 10, 2, 5, 12. You saw what that did coupled with a 50. We got down into double digits pretty quick. Thank you guys very much. $85 away. We appreciate your contributions. You are the absolute best audience there is. And I say a special shout out to guys like Doom and Boozamak. I've always had and Turd Burglar and Pants and other people. These people who understand, even when the shows they're fans of don't understand it. They understand that this shit is all for shits and giggles. Then you go off and you have a life after. There's a lot of audience members that take this shit to heart. And I'm sure I've got them too. There's a guy on Twitter that's always defending me. And and I'll say this, and thank you. That's very nice. I don't need you to. I don't want you to, cause yourself any stress in doing that because it doesn't bother me at all. This is what I signed up for. I do a show. It's fine for people. You're going to hate this if you're not a fan of mine. I think the Coach thing is hilarious. I think Coach is a very funny nickname. I mean, you guys like it because you think I'm not one. I like it because I am one. The gym likes it. Everybody's happy. You guys get to have a laugh. I think it's hysterical. I like the nickname. Come on. Everybody's having fun. Anybody who wants to have a melty over that, anybody who wants to go type in, fuck him, he's a piece of shit, because I roll with it, get a sense of humor. That's why I like the Boozamocks. That's why I like people like that. They can go between both shows. They know it's all goofing. They know, first of all, listeners like Doom and Buzamuk, here's what they know that some of the hosts don't know. They look at us. They look at the hosts as the fucking retards. Where sometimes the host goes, my listeners and my supporters will blah, 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 blah. I stopped believing that shit 7-8 years ago. I knew who was in charge, you know? And I've always had a soft spot for those types. Oh, yeah. See, Turd Burglar says, your coach and Melton has monkeypox on his face. Dude, he looks like Andy Beckett in Philadelphia, does he not? Here's what you guys are downplaying, though, by the way. I know he's got the big gross lesion here and the here and the here and the here. You guys are missing the one that his awful mustache covers up. That long rash thing that goes like this. That one's troubling. That one's fucking weird. So, yeah, I'm the coach. He's the monkeypox queer. That's all in good fun. If you leave your show, like I know he has meltdowns, other people call him Meltdown Melton and shit like that. I wish he would have the good humor of like me. And he would be able to hear shit about himself and not go, if I play a club, I can't believe that you would say that. That's bullshit. I wish he would have the good nature to go, yeah, it's fucking, it is what it is. All right, showtime, guys. It's just the internet. Have some fun. And show some respect to Chad Buzamuk and the Top Toe Nations board. $85 away. Thank you guys very much. Rusty Grammar, I don't see this as the compliment you're intending it as. At least you aren't a gay F word. You might have been a cuck, but you repented. Still a retard, but there's always room for improvement in all of us. See what I mean? The audience knows that we're the retards. The hosts are not in control. The hosts are dumb. That's what people like Rusty and Buzamuk, these other people understand. We're at their mercy. Thank you, Hey Mikey, for the $1. I appreciate it. As I said, $80 away. Hey, dead game. That doesn't mean you need to back him up and fucking testify and say Rusty Grammar tells facts. Rusty Grammar's over there. Aaron's a repentant cuck and a reformed cuck. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. See what you've started now? 85 away. Knock it out. Let's call it another win for the toe. I appreciate it. All right. We got some tidbits. We got some Trump tidbits from the inauguration today. A lot of people were very happy with this announcement that it looks like, a lot of people think we're getting an end to DEI and an end to trans shit and an end. It's going to be a 4-year reprieve. And unless like J.D. Vance or somebody like that takes over, it's just going to be a 4-year reprieve. And then we'll get all the madness back again. Ooh, yeah, madness. But we're going to get a 4-year break, which is a nice vacation. This is Donald Trump talking about DEI. DEI. Not how Nick's going to violate his probation. DEI and trans issues. Let's take a look-see.
This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life.
Sam Show, don't look. Sam Show, let it go. Sam Show, let this go. It's fine. He wants to be here. He wants to show his support for his country. Leave it alone.
We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based.
Nice.
As of today.
Now, what a fucked up country we live in and what a fucked up time we live in that you can't clap for that. Colorblind and merit-based. On Martin, appreciate the juxtaposition. On Martin Luther King Jr. Day, you got a guy going, we're going to be content of character, not color of skin. And some people are sitting there going, fucking bullshit. And it's the ones that claim to be the least racist and the most tolerant and the most progressive are the ones going, Martin Luther King Jr.'s message on his day, fucking gay, dude. I hate this orange bastard. He's literally restating the dream.
It will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
See, that's where you throw him a curveball. Male and Schnoblots. We are doing away with the female gender. We will be releasing a definition on Schnoblots very soon, and you will all have to make a decision what you identify as. And by the way, the two genders thing is not oppressive because he didn't say you can't pick one. You can still, have a beard and dress like a dragon and say you're a chick. I mean, we just get to stare longer and judge. That's, I think, the rule now that Trump is president. And they're going to shut down all the sports stuff. Like, you can identify as a woman, but you can't play on the basketball team. Ooh, that's a lot of people standing up. Oh, that angry autist is happy. I'm not going to say anything about that. That guy, you know what? Here's the thing about Barron. I think, have they confirmed that he's autistic, or has that just been a rumor? Either way, like, this kid looks like his dad. Holy shit. Because he's like, what, 16, 17, around there? Go back and look at Trump in, like, the early 80s. Barron looks a fuck ton like him. Melania and Donald made the most Trumpy baby out of all of them. Because you got Ivanka is Ivana's, or Ivana is Ivanka's mom, obviously. Did he have any with Maples? Did Marla Maples give him the boys? Or was it all Ivana Trump? Who is Don Jr.'s mom? Okay, Ivana was Don Jr. Who is Eric Church? I almost wrote Church. What a fucking queeb I am. Who is Eric Trump's mom? That was Ivana. Did Donald and Marla have kids? Tiffany. Okay. Tiffany was his only kid with Marla Maples and podcast boy. Barron was Donald and Melania's kid. Okay. Tiffany's the only Marla daughter, says Tracy Lynn. That kid fucking won that election for Trump. Trump doesn't win that election without Barron. Dude, going on, nobody would have gone on Aiden Ross. Nobody would have gone on Nelk Boys. Nobody would have gone on Barstool. Nobody would have, maybe Rogan, but like you saw, like these politicians are too scared to go on Rogan because they don't want to sit down for 3 hours and just talk. Because what's her name was worried about what she was going to say. Imagine that. Imagine running for an office like that and you're worried about what's going to come out of your mouth. It's like you should be able to put that together. Guys, don't put podcast boy in quotes like I'm being an asshole. I just forgot Barron's name for a second. That's all. Kind of like when I was at my physical today and I was telling the doctor was asking me if I'm sexually active and what kind of protection I was using. And I almost said castrated instead of vasectomy because I couldn't remember the word vasectomy. And then, God, I looked like such a bitch in front of my female doctor today. I really looked like a bitch. She asked me, she said, you're a couple months overdue for your tetanus shot. And I've told the audience this many times before. I have a borderline phobia of needles. Like, I can do it if I have to, but I got to work up to it. Like, just thinking about needles, I get this itchiness in my wrists. I got to rub them. It's a compulsive thing. There's a lot of rubbing and touching if the needles come up. Blood drawing is even more difficult for me than getting shots. But they said I was a few months overdue on my tetanus shot. So I said, I'll make another appointment. I'll make a nurse appointment and I'll just get the shot and that'll be it. I don't want to do it today. I didn't want to do it today. So I bitched out of a tetanus shot today because I'm scared of needles. And she was like, well, when you're comfortable, then we'll let you do it. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm a bitch. She had just got done telling me, oh, you look a lot younger than your age and you're in much better shape for your age. And I'm like, how bad a shape are 38-year-olds in nowadays that I look younger? They must be in rough shape. She wasn't tall enough to see my hairline, I don't think. But right after she said that, I looked like a bitch on the needle issue. Oh, boy. Tetanus needles aren't that much bigger. They used to be. They used to be really fucking big. I think they're just normal now. So I had one, 10 years? You're supposed to get one every 10 years. Angelica says, did you tell the truth to your doctor on how many current sexual partners you have? Don't think she cares about the vasectomy, more so the clap. Is that Angelica? I know you're up on the latest fan fiction. What's the latest fan fiction? Am I fucking everything that moves? I do look, man. The Steel Toe Hatred's fan fiction about me. Sometimes I wish it were true because you guys think I'm a lot cooler than I am, and I appreciate that. Your hatred of me almost makes you make up stories about me that are way cooler. It's just fucking everybody, and I'm like, sorry, I'm not. I saw there was one where he's like, Scott told him to stop talking about the gym on the show. I'm like, talk about the gym all the fucking time, and the closer we get to that fight, I'm not going to be able to shut up. I cannot say this like louder for you guys to understand, and I want you to understand it because it's hilarious. Scott laughs at you. Scott thinks you guys, his words are, who has this much free time, get a job. You got to remember, real people who aren't on the internet think what you're doing is like down to like the most pathetic thing you can do. I think there was a new poll taken that listed the 5 least attractive hobbies someone can have to women, and number 3 was internet trolling. That was number 3. So just know that's what the world thinks of you. So I appreciate the fan fiction. I appreciate that you think about me this much, but I'm sorry to let you down. You guys are way more the butt of the joke than you think you are, for good reason. All right, I saved one of the best clips for last. I knew you guys would love this one. This is the one that is probably the meanest to enjoy, but it also feels so good after 4 years of just an open border. And to quote Derek Vineyard, the border looking like a fucking piñata exploded. Donald Trump canceled an app that gave legal entry to 1 million illegal immigrants. It just let people come in. So this app was called CBP1. And this CBP1 app would allow, check this out. If I'm wrong, correct me where I stand. The CBP1 app was a migrant would come to the border. The migrant would check in via the CBP1 app. We're talking about illegals here. And then via that app, they would get a court date, and then they would show up for their court date. I believe, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's how we did border policy. Well, as soon as he was able to sign shit into law or sign orders, Trump canceled the CBP1 app, and it went dark, and that left people at the border without any way of getting in. It literally within minutes of him taking office, it was one of the first things he did, and it already made our border safer, measurably so. It made our border more well-enforced the minute he canceled the app. Here's a little clip of people at the border finding out that the app was shut down. And look, your heart can break for her. That's fine. You can be very sad for her. That's cool. There are so many fucking Americans who are doing that every time they have to think about going to get groceries. There are Americans who are doing this every time they get their fucking property tax statement. Or it's January. There are Americans doing that same thing that she's doing when they get their new rent for the year, their new lease, their health insurance premiums, their dental insurance premiums, their car insurance premiums. There are Americans who do that all the fucking time. And the Biden administration didn't give 2 shits about them. They were just slaves to produce more milk for the state. So now we're supposed to sit here and go, someone who doesn't even fucking belong here, that we don't have any room for, no money for, nothing for, because Americans are hurting and Americans need help. The people who are already here, white, black, Latino, doesn't matter. I'm supposed to now feel bad because this person's crying because they can't enter the country illegally. I'm sorry, that window's closed. That's why we voted the way we did. We will worry about you someday. Someday we will be able to worry about you again. That day is not today. Do your best. make the place you live the best place possible to be, create as good a life for yourself as you can. And when we get back on our feet and our people are taken care of again, and the jobs are good, and the monetary policy is good, and the prices are back down, and people, fuck paycheck to paycheck. There's like a good percentage of people who are going into credit card debt to buy groceries these last 4 years. It's remarkable. So my compassion for this exists. But my compassion does not equal, okay, come in. No. I got to take care of our people that are doing this before we bring in more. And the media is going to play this and they're go, look at the evil that Donald Trump has done. On this side of the fence. We're taking care of the other side of the fence. And by the way, she knows she knows there's a camera on her. I mean, I don't doubt that she's sad, but I mean, we're playing it up a little bit. Coach Sauce with $2 says, great show from one coach to another. Thank you, Coach Sauce. I appreciate that. Sam Show says, Aaron, play the video. I need to finish. Vadam says, Aaron, U.S. is suffering. Lots of Americans hungry, homeless, jobless, and poor. Brett Mack says, yeah, paycheck to paycheck is gay. I almost started an OnlyFans. I was thinking about this. I saw this article of this woman who said she lost like 90 grand or something from TikTok shutting down because she makes like 90% of her income. Or no, it wasn't 90 grand. 90% of her income was gone because 90% of her income she makes on TikTok. And I went, oh, my God. So that little blip on TikTok cost people a shitload of money, like their bills, like their mortgage, their rent, their groceries. And then I was thinking about the economic impact if, say, like they decided to classify OnlyFans as pornography and like locked it down and it didn't, for whatever reason, it didn't draw as much money anymore. And what it would do to our economy if OnlyFans got shut the fuck down. I was like, I wonder how big the whore economy has gotten, what kind of impact shutting down OnlyFans would have. It's kind of wild to think about. And I know there's people who cook on there and it's, whatever. I understand. But I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Sam Show. What would happen if we shut down Big Whore? if Big Whore got shut down. By the way, ask Melanie Mac how she feels about OnlyFans. Since Melanie Mac is the arbiter of what is good and decent and righteous, and, she wants to yell at Brandy Lynn, is it? She wants to talk about video games, having, titillation and sexuality in it. How should women be able to make a living on OnlyFans, or is that niche-nished? Because she's got friends in the creator world that have OnlyFans. I don't like any of these. Honestly, people like that give me a tummy ache. People like that make me really uncomfortable. Just that hypocrisy and just not giving a fuck. Ugh. Anana last, no, April has an OnlyFans. No, she doesn't. And no, she shouldn't. I think that girl is going to get another job. I think she's going to work her way back up. She'll be surprised how quickly, if you stay away from the Galaxy gas and the cocaine and the drinking. Looking back, I think she's someone who shouldn't be indulging in any kind of chemicals. I just has one of those addictive personalities. I think if she swears off all that stuff, I don't think she's far away. I think she'd turn it around in a year. I think in a year she would be on the right path. And, a year is not that long. And 30 is not too old to start over. Shit, I hear 37 wasn't. April should. It'll be funny. She doesn't have to do that. There's no need for her to do that. Just get off all of the junk. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. You did wrong. You fucked up. We all did. Notice the ones doing the best are the ones admitting they fucked up. Don't get dragged into making excuses or, people don't know the whole story. And that kind of jack off bullshit. Admit you did wrong. Turn the bus around and drive back up the road. Get onto another exit, turn your life around. No excuses, no nothing, just back on the straight and narrow. $2 from CJ says, hypocrisy. Melanie tells her OnlyFans friends to stop. Well, then watch this. You don't get this from any other shows. Then I'm wrong, and good for her for doing that. Phantasmagorical. But then again, should they stop? That's the thing, like, I just want Melanie Mac to be consistent. I'm consistent. I don't give a shit if you want to be a whore on OnlyFans. Not my pig, not my farm. I don't like the moral judgment. This is what video games should be. This is what they shouldn't be. Not my pig, not my farm. If I like it, I'll buy it. If I don't, I won't. I don't like this whole I should be the arbiter of what's moral and what's decent. I'm not. I'm fucking garbage. I'm doing my best every day. That's it. Okay. Where are we at? 85 away. Oh, my God. We still got 20 minutes left. $85 away from tonight's goal. Thank you guys very much for your generosity. That rally I wanted you to go on earlier, you went on it. That's awesome. Keep it going. $5-10 at a time. We'll have that 85 down to 0, and it will be a perfect start to the week. How about that? Mondays and Tuesdays, always the two toughest ones. Wednesdays and Thursdays, pretty easy. Fridays, just Rumble Link Friday. Whatever we make, we make. Knockout today. We're looking good, guys. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Thanks again. I think the Lions window is officially closed. They lost their offensive guru. Let me tell you something. Your head coach is a disaster in game management. Dan Campbell is a disaster as far as managing a game goes. He's going to lose Ben Johnson. He's going to lose Aaron Glenn. They're going to lose Zadarius Smith. They're going to lose a couple of other guys. This was the window. The window is shut. It's the Vikings division to lose next year, and I'm very excited. It looks like, knock on wood, Flores isn't going to get picked up this time around in the coaching carousel, so we'll get him for another year. J.J. McCarthy next season, $75 million in cap space. This, I think Detroit's window closes next year and ours opens next year. No, Sam Show. I don't think April will claim Nick smacked her. I don't think that'll. I mean, she's lied about that before with plenty of other people. It's possible. But I don't think she will. Kid Rock was at this is another cool thing about Donald Trump is the company he keeps. Like you saw that Bezos, Zuckerberg. So you got Bezos, Zuckerberg, and Musk, which is basically social media. You got all three of them at the inauguration. And all three of them have bent the knee to Trump. Like Zuckerberg's like, we're getting rid of the fact checking. We're going with community notes. Elon Musk is going to be in the cabinet. Jeff Bezos has told the Washington Post, hey, cool it on the fucking Trump bashing editorials. So Trump has made the wealthiest men in the world, literally three of the wealthiest men in the world, bend the knee to him. That's pretty incredible. That's pretty amazing. Now, these guys are also smart guys. They know they're getting something out of it. They're getting access to power, right? Jeffrey Bezos sees Elon Musk getting in there with his rockets. Jeff Bezos wants to get his rockets in there, you know? $5 from CJ about Melanie Mac says she's consistent, morally self-righteous. Good on you for admitting you're wrong. I don't like Melanie, but the truth is on her side here. I just don't like the judginess of it. I don't like, and also I don't like the whole, what? Why are you coming after me? Don't fuck with gamers, dude. I'm not, you don't see me fucking with gamers. You know why I'm not fucking with gamers? Because they're out of their mind. And them sitting at home playing their games, that doesn't hurt me at all. That doesn't do anything. Got nothing to do with me, as Beetlejuice once said. Speaking of Beetlejuice, remember when Lauren Boebert was trying to jack that guy off while they were watching Beetlejuice in the theater? What do you think the odds are that she ends up hooking up with Kid Rock? They were at the inaugural ball. They were at the big inaugural party, and they were hanging out together. And I think Kid Rock is single because we've also got a clip of him today hitting on some BBC reporter. Not a big black cock. Not like that. the British Broadcasting Company, and he was hitting on her. So I think old Kid is on the market, and you know he's how do you say, a little seasoned. He's a little aged, you know. So I don't. I don't think. Wait. Oh shit! Did I lose it? What the? I hate it when it does. I hate it when I have a video and oh no, it's right there. I clicked on the wrong one. I was like, why is it a fucking video of Zuckerberg? God damn it! All right, Lauren Boebert and Kid Rock. I know he's got a lot of money, but like, he's one of those guys who really pushes the limits of the whole, like, money can buy you anything, even if you're ugly, sort of deal. Let's check out Kid Rock hanging out with Lauren Boebert and see if there's a budding romance here, because I think they're both on the market, right? Like, she got divorced. Kid Rock's been a disaster. Let's see. There he is. Is that Hinchcliffe? I think that's Kid Rock, Tony Hinchcliffe, Lauren Boebert, and then who knows who that guy is? That's fucking Hinchcliffe. So you got like some of the shortest guys on earth with Boebert, Hinchcliffe, and Kid Rock. Oh, wow. Look at this fucking dress. Lauren Boebert did not go home alone tonight. Lauren Boebert was... I like that Kid just hits the crack pipe just right out in the open. Attaboy, Bob. Oh, it's a cigar. Good for Kid Rock. Good for Kid Rock. I was worried about what he was doing. There's like, don't let it be something white trashy, even though it would be on brand. So Lauren Boebert is in her naughty librarian dress. She's talking up Kid Rock. Okay. Chad Buzamok, to answer your question, no, my here we go again. I'm halfway through. I started my safe sport. It's just a lot more reading than I thought it was. No, my background check's already done. My background check's been done for a long time. Now to get my official book. Yeah. Your safe sport certification may require additional action. Yeah, I got to take the safe sport. Son of a bitch. Once I take the safe sport, we'll be all good. All right, let's continue on here. Kid Rock was on with some reporter out in the UK. And Kid Rock decided to start hitting on her. Now, I don't know what they were talking to him about, because I don't think Kid Rock has like new music out or anything like that. I don't think Kid Rock has like an album coming out anytime soon. I think Kid's just got the Trump shit going on. That's about it. But he decided, if the Lauren Boebert thing doesn't work out, he's hitting on a BBC reporter, and here we go. God damn it. I was just sitting here fucking talking, waiting for the goddamn video to load. Here it is.
I'm done with work, so I can actually celebrate the rebirth of America today. What about you? What are you doing? Where are you at?
Well, I'm standing on a rooftop in these very, very chilly conditions. I will be on air for 11 or 12 hours, so I don't think I'll have anywhere near as fun a day as you have planned for yourself there. That sounds like you got the better deal here, indeed.
I mean, I can't see you right now, so I don't know what you look like.
Well, I look like I'm ready to hit the slopes, I can tell you. I'm in full-on ski gear here with my hat, gloves, the whole thing, ready to rock, because you got to be wrapped up against the elements, don't you?
I love to go skiing. I love to go skiing. You sound sexy. You want to go with me?
All right, kid, this is where a lot of mistakes get made. Now, she's not an ugly girl. By any means, she's on TV. She has to be at least moderately attractive. But kid, we don't just go by the voice, you know, especially nowadays where people can identify as whatever they want and they're doing amazing things with hormones. Kid, I would wait until you see the visual. That's all. I mean, again, if you look like Kid Rock and you're a line cook, then yeah, you go ahead and ask that question. But, you know, Kid Rock's got a buck or two, so the way this whole thing looks doesn't really matter quite as much.
Well, we won't get into that right here. So we're doing no skiing today. We've got a day of broadcasting to do. But Kid Rock, thank you so much for joining us here on BBC News. Enjoy your day.
God bless.
There you go. Was that a no? I don't think that was a no, though. Like that, I don't know. That doesn't, it wasn't a yes, but it wasn't a no at the same time. It could, yeah, Kid Rock has a shed full of catalytic converters. He looks, I like it. Like, I'm a Kid Rock fan. I don't like to say that I'm struggling to say that he looks like shit. But he looks like, you know who he looks like? It was bothering me this whole time, and it just popped into my head now. You know who he looks like? Skinny Pete in Breaking Bad. Kid Rock is now starting to look like Skinny Pete in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Hey, boys and girls, we got about 10 minutes left in regulation. We're only $80 away from tonight's goal. Let's go ahead and knock it out. You guys have been incredible. When we asked for rallies, you gave us rallies. One more push, and this baby will be breached. It will be coming out head first if we knock out this last $80. Thank you guys very much. Throw us a couple of bucks here and there. Still about 400 of you checking out the program. Wow, thank you very much. Hit like, hit subscribe. Hey, do you guys remember iDubbbz? You guys remember him? I remember years and years and years ago actually liking that content cop thing that iDubbbz did. And then, like, something happened, and it's something that happened like 7-8 years ago to every, like, creator that you liked. Like, when I was around 30, 31, I was like, wow, iDubbbz in this content cop thing, that's pretty fucking funny. He would just go around and he would call people out on YouTube and put together these big presentations, and they were pretty funny. And then something happened. I don't know if he got with this chick that he's with, this Anissa, but he's one of the most popular YouTubers out there. He was known for edgy content, and then he just flipped it. He just said, nope, I don't do the edgy content anymore. I don't do this, that, and the other thing. None of that. What I do now is I don't know. He just kind of tinkers around. I don't really know what the guy does. But people are saying that this girlfriend or wife, I think they're married now. She's like an OnlyFans girl, and she became famous doing titty streaming and talking about how she used to be a Muslim, but now she's not. Now her tits can be out. And, you know, she kind of played the Yoko Ono arc a little bit. Jesse P.S. was doing a show about iDubbbz. And I saw this on Twitter today, and I had no idea that iDubbbz looked like this now. Holy shit. Like, iDubbbz always looked like kind of a dorky guy, you know, and that was kind of part of his allure, is he looked like sort of a dweeb, but he did funny shit. It was hilarious. Now he looks like, who's the airport robber that worked for the Biden administration in the Atomic Energy Agency? Sam Brinton. Look up Sam Brinton and couple it with this iDubbbz picture. iDubbbz looks like the trans nuke tracking person in the Biden administration. This is fucking bananas that he looks like that. It's just, it's the old die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain sort of a deal. MN Vikings with 199 says Kid Rock looks like J-Rock from Trailer Park Boys. Yeah, I can see that. I can see it. Bigot on Socialist Media gifting $5. Thank you so much. $75 away. Or no, I'm sorry, gifting a sub on Rumble, which is worth $5. I appreciate that. Skeezy Whitefish got gifted the sub on Rumble. So now only $75 away. Thank you guys so much. Brett Mack says that's what you get when you value the opinion of a hoe more than your manhood. Ooh. I mean, I always try to be the last guy to say the woman changed him. But I think the woman changed him. I do. I think she got her hooks in him because she's kind of, she's a little progressive. She's a little, that's inappropriate. Don't say that. Don't say this. She even got him to not disassociate from, distance himself from all of his old shit, from all of the content cop, all of that stuff he did. Nope. That was wrong. That was bullying, and bullying is not okay. And it just kind of, it synced up with around the same time that she came around, and now he looks like Sam Brinton. This is something that needs to be looked into. This deserves an investigation, in my opinion. MN Vikings with 199 says Goliath is a good show if you haven't seen it. I watched the first season of Goliath, and I have to tell you, I think it just moves a little slow for me. I was also watching it at the same time I was watching Landman. So watching Billy Bob and then watching a different Billy Bob, it's a little confusing. Plus, Landman is a considerably better show than Goliath. Adam Simon gifting a membership on YouTube. There's subs on Rumble, memberships on YouTube. Look at that, guys. $70 away from tonight's goal. Let's go. Let's get the whole thing. Thank you so much for your contributions. $70 away from a perfect start to the week. All right, guys, we are officially in the 5-minute zone. Let's throw it in. 5 minutes are going to decide whether or not tonight's show goes to overtime or we have our first L of the week, which we have been knocking out those L's afterwards. I appreciate you guys very much for everything you've been doing, but it's always easiest just to knock it out same day. So $70 away. Hit the Streamlabs, hit the PayPal, hit the Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, gifted memberships, all of that stuff. And again, thank you so much for your contributions. Let's see if we can all pool in together. Like you used to pay for pay-per-views back in the day, big fights. Everybody throw in their $5, $10, and let's hammer out $70 in the next 5 minutes. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. We got plenty of inauguration stuff still to go. We got Zuckerberg looking at Sanchez's tits. We got the woman trying to fight the guy at the hockey game because he spilled a little soda on her. We've got the National Archives needing help because nobody knows how to read cursive anymore. And again, way more Trump executive order stuff and all that coming up during overtime. 199 from MN Viking says, any recommendations on shows? I've seen Landman. Tulsa King is not a bad, shut your brain off if you like Stallone kind of a show. Tulsa King could work. 3.5 minutes to go. Let's see if we can knock this thing out. $70 away. Thank you guys so much. It's been a great show. We got another 30 minutes that I think will really blow your hair back. I think you'll like it. Just throw in a couple of bucks. We'll knock out this 70 and call it a win. Poe says, I don't want to lose, but tonight you failed, so I do want you to go away. What do? I haven't failed. I don't want to lose, but tonight I thought we did very well tonight. I thought tonight's show has been very fun. Had hundreds and hundreds of people hanging out with us. Seemed like a good time. Well, shit. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes away from either doing some overtime or taking a big fat L. $70 away. A few of you jump in. We'll have this thing hammered out in no time. Let's knock out that 70 and call it another win for the toe. Come on, boys and girls. Let's do it. Let's say, we also got to take a look at the national championship game, the national title game score. 31-7 Buckeyes, 6 minutes left in the third. That ain't good. All right, 2 minutes to go. A little over 2 minutes left to go. Let's see if we can hammer out that last 70. If you're feeling generous, right now's the time to drop in. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, gifted memberships, gifted subs. There's Adam Simon with another gifted membership over on YouTube. That puts us 65 away. Oh, we're getting dangerously close to hammering this thing out. What do you say? Just a few more pushes, and you guys will have this done. $65 to go. We need you to jump in and join the fight. Minute and a half left to go. That Streamlabs and that PayPal adds up really quick. MN Vikings with $1.99 says more show recommendations for the fiance and I. I'll come up with some more. Don't you worry. 1 minute and 15 seconds. $65 away. You guys are knocking it out a little bit at a time. That looks good to us. Remember, if we get it under 50, we buy ourselves a little more time. $65 away. Oh, we've got so much more to do. All you can eat Negro says Mork and Mindy. Yeah, I mean, what's the time frame for when you need these shows? Like what you ever seen Belvedere? Mr. Belvedere? Bob Euchre's in it. All right, 1 minute to go. Here we go. Let's rally up, kids. $65 away. It's rally time. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats. $20 will buy us a little extra time to hammer out that last chunk, or you can just hammer it out right now. $65 away. 30 seconds to go. There's another gifted membership from Adam. There we go. $60 left. $60 left to go with 20 seconds left on the clock. It's 60 seconds left to go. And we're a Streamlabs, PayPal, or Venmo away from knocking this thing out in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's take a look. We're $60 away, so if something came in here nice and late, we're going to be able to make this go. Remember, I cannot sign off until I've read all of your Super Chats, all of your contributions. So, here we go. MN Vikings with $9.99. Thank you very much. That means 55 or 53 to be specific. 53 away from knocking out tonight. All right, let's hit refresh over here. See if anything happens. So we're basically a fiver away from being able to do that extra 30 minutes. How do we handle this? If you're me, how do you handle a situation like this? You're $55 away. You promised them overtime if they get under 50. They knocked it out for you. They even got ahead this morning. Do you extend it a little bit? Do you blather on a little bit longer just to annoy people to see if that next $10 comes in, or even if another 50 comes in? Who knows? Or do you just start maybe winding down, shutting it down for the night, calling it a day, going to bed a little earlier? Really kind of your call. You know, there's either, $5 from No Pen 15 Fathead says, let's keep going, coach. Well, there you go. $50 away from tonight's goal. Technically about $49.50. You guys do the rest. Looks like I have to stay here for an extra 30 minutes, but while I'm staying here for an extra 30 minutes, you guys got to jump in there and you got to finish off that last 50. What do you say? I'm just going to pester you about it. That's all. Just poke you about it a little bit here and there. Got 30 minutes. Got $50 to go. Let's have everybody jump in. We can do it a buck or two at a time. We can do it 10, 15, 20 at a time. It doesn't matter. You know, as long as we do it as a team. You want to see Mark Zuckerberg staring at Lauren Sanchez's tits? He totally did, by the way. He 100. This is not like a ha-ha social media, let's all just pretend he did it thing. Mark Zuckerberg was looking at Jeff Bezos' chick's tits. Now, who has more money? Like, who's a lot? Like, who has the biggest stack in this situation? Because it used to be Bezos, but then he got that divorce, and that cut his wealth in half. I think he still has more money than Zuckerberg does. Let's go ahead and see what you guys think. And while we're doing this, help us knock out that $50. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. The links are in the chat. Click on them, throw a few bucks our way, and let's keep this train rolling. All right. Okay, there's one right off the bat. There's one look. We're dealing with more than one. He's gonna be a serial peeker. So there's Kushner. You got Rubio, you got Bezos, you got Gino Bisconti, and then you got Zuck right next to Lauren Sanchez, who is looking spectacular, by the way. She looks fantastic. Especially, like, she looks great for just a woman, but she's a woman of a certain age. I think she's in the 50s. She looks very, very good. So there's one right there. Did we catch him? Right there. There's Zuck looking at the tits. Look at those eyes. Boom. Right at the cleavage spot. No doubting it. No debating it. It's there. Okay, so there's one look. Okay, there's Zuck looking around again. Looking around. Right there. There's two, you dirty monkey. Look at this dirty little boy. He takes a little Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and all of a sudden he's all geeked full of testosterone. Just staring at fucking titties all day. Control yourself, you animal. All right, so that's two. That was, well, he might have been looking to a pocket there. We don't know. They didn't keep the camera on him. That might have been 3. It might have been 2.5. Oh, okay, and then this is just the repeat of it. There were 2, maybe 3 peaks on that one. 2, possibly 3. That was that third one was questionable. They pulled away from it a little bit early. Oh my God, I missed one over on Rumble. I'm sorry, my chat stalled on me. Bigot on Socialist Media with $7. Thank you very much. That's gonna put us 45 away from tonight. Thank you very much. Keep it going for the toe. $45 away. Let's put it to bed. I mean, what do you do in a situation like that? Like, let's say Bezos catches him staring at his girl's tits. Like, it's the presidential inauguration. You can't hit him. Although that would be historic. 2 billionaires just fighting each other at the inauguration. What are you going to do? Are you send them to jail? What are you going to tell them they can't do it? They're worth a combined, wealth of the earth. So you just got to be professional about it. Maybe just, pull them aside and be like, hey, listen, Jufro, I see you staring at my lady's tits. Could you, just maybe fucking, don't you have a cute Asian chick? Stare at her tits, all right? These are my tits. You stare at your tits, all right? We're billionaires. We can bolt whatever we want on these women. We can shape them. They're like our own fucking Barbie dolls, claymation, whatever. Just keep your eyes on your own paper. That's all I'm asking. Bigot on Socialist Media says he needs to improve his perving skills. I rarely get caught perving. Well, you can't perv on the woman right next to you. You got to pick a different target. It's got to be a mobile situation. You got to do a thing where you're not camping out next to them and then just look-seeing. Because then if she catches you and you're sitting right next to each other, now it's weird for however long you have to sit next to each other. So please, Zuck, just, I know you're doing this speed run thing to super based right-wing Brazilian jiu-jitsu MMA badass, but slow down at the checkpoints every once in a while. Kushner is chatting with Bezos as Zuck nervously rocks back and forth, peering down twice. That's probably autism. At Sanchez's boobs in a white lacy corset under a white matching coat. I mean, we're not going to pretend she doesn't look fantastic, but bro, it's another billionaire's lady. Take it, take it easy. Sanchez seems completely oblivious to Zuck's wandering eyes, smiling at one point as she takes in Jared's conversation with her man. That's just it. It's like she's not a big business person, whereas her husband is. So she kind of has to ask him, like, is this a guy I have to fucking humor? Is this a guy I have to talk to? Like, yeah, you do. He's kind of got the president's ear. We got to pretend his fucking ramblings are interesting. How about that guy over there? No, that's Fetterman. You don't have to listen to a word he says. Although if he says anything truly wild, please bring it back to me. I'd appreciate that. $45 away from tonight's goal. Let's do it. Let's finish it off, and let's call it a successful start to the week for the toe. $45 away. What's your contribution to that $45? We did it with a lot of 5s and 10s and 2s and gifted memberships tonight. I like that. That's a team effort. And we can still get it there. Doing it that way. So Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Let's do it, guys. And let's call it another win for the toe. Let's do that. Now, this poor guy committed the crime of spilling a little concessions at the hockey game. They're at a Bruins game. They're in Boston. They're sitting in the cheap seats. So God knows that this guy just went and got nachos and a soda and whatever the else he fucking got. And he waited in line forever, and now he's back up with his fellow Stinkies, and they're up there damn near at the back wall of the arena. And he's going to make just a little bit of a spill on a woman, and she's going to lose her fucking mind. Now, being spilled on at the game is not fun. Being spilled on at the game is not an enjoyable experience. I also don't think it's something you start fucking World War III over. I think you go, hey, what the hell? And then you get the apology, and then you go, all right, well, thanks. I appreciate that. Just be a little more careful next time. I don't really know if it's worth getting in a knockdown drag out, especially with the opposite sex.
Get a fucking napkin and wipe it off my shit now!
Wow. Boston seems lovely. The people seem nice. So he had like, that looks like a hot dog. Looks like he's got a fully loaded hot dog, and he spilled a little on her coat, on her jacket. She's not happy about it, which is fine. You don't have to be happy about it, but Jesus, she really came at him, shot out of a cannon.
And wipe it off my shit now! You're stupid. First it's in my hair, then it's on my clothes, it's on my boyfriend's shirt. You're gonna sit here like a pussy? Apologize like a fucking man!
I mean, he's just sitting there like, I know it's not right for me to hit you, but I don't know how to make you stop in this situation. Like, I don't know how to make you not do the thing you're doing right now.
Yeah, it's over, man. Really? He can't stand up and apologize. Dude, man. You got some serious stand up and apologize to the man.
I love that. The guys are like, hey, could you fucking chill? Could you just maybe calm down a little bit? And she's like, I'm sorry. I apologize. Get off your fucking ass. By the way, there's nothing less attractive than that accent. At the moment, I'm tempted to apologize to Philly because this might be worse than Eagles fans. It's a Bruins fan. I want to go back to her interaction here with the other fans. And the guy is being nice. He's taking his napkin. He's wiping off her coat. He's trying to help. He might be a little... He's either really cool under fire or he's super fucked up.
Apologize like a fucking man!
Yeah, it's over, man.
Really? He can't stand up and apologize.
Dude, man. You got some serious
I understand. I love that. I understand. My bad. I can't really make out what they're saying to her.
Man!
Ma'am, if I stand up again, I'm going to drop my hot dog. I'm going to spill it on your coat again, and we're both going to be mad.
I'm sorry, what?
Come on, man.
I couldn't hear you. I have it in my hair and on my coat.
Well, don't come to a fucking hockey game full of white trash dudes from Boston. I mean, if I'm sitting in section 313 in Boston at a hockey game, I expect to go home a little bit drenched in beer. That's just the way it goes. You ain't getting my money, says double standard. This woman didn't get canceled for her behavior, but an Eagles fan did. Well, hey, give it time. Give it time. But then again, I mean, that guy we found out was like a DEI project manager. I don't know if this woman goes, that high up the chain. You ain't getting my money. I don't know if they're the same thing. Calling a man a pussy equals calling a woman a cunt. Well, that's just it. We're a little cooler about these things than they are. So they might skate because we're like, well, I'm not going to tattle. I'm not going to try and find where this woman works and then, try to fuck up her life. Whereas, a woman gets called a dumb, ugly cunt at a football game and somebody films it and it's, open season on that guy. What do you think the right move is? Is it they shouldn't have fired the Eagles fan? Or they should fire both of them, because you got to go with either it's all okay or none of it's okay type of thing. Grand Poobah with $5 says, so she's from Boston, you say? Never would have guessed. No, right? I mean, I had to tell you. And then Vikings with $1.99 says, stop looking for your recommendations on TV shows. Like, stop? Like, you want me to not look for any more TV shows for you? Like, you got one? Or you thought I was looking right now. $40 away from tonight's goal. Let's fucking go, baby. $40 away. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats. Let's do it. Let's get that final 40 knocked out and call it a perfect start to the week for the toe. Rexstart parody account says she's a conflict resolution specialist. Yeah, I don't see anything about her yet anywhere. I don't give a fuck if he accidentally spilled his food on me. It went in my hair. Oh, is this her? Is this her actual Twitter? I don't give a fuck if he accidentally spilled his food on me. If it went in my hair and on my coat, I'm walking up to him, putting my hand on the bottom of his food tray and slamming it into his face. Oh, no, okay, it's not her. It's just another guy who's a massive dickhead. Well, after she told him to stand up and apologize like a man and get her a paper towel or napkins, he could have at least done that for her. Instead, he just patted her coat a couple of times and just sat there wishing he could watch the game, eat his food, and drink his beer. Yeah, I think he was a little drunk. I think this guy was a little tipsy. While she overreacted, it's pretty terrible to be clumsy with your food and drink as a grown-ass man. That's 100% true. The guy should not have spilled on her. I can't remember the last time I spilled on somebody at a ball game. Like, it just doesn't happen. You keep track of your shit. But also, if you get spilled on, I don't know if we have to make a fucking international incident of the damn thing. You know? It's, both things can be true at the same time. Hey, don't look now, kids, but we got ourselves a game in the College Football National Championship. Buckeyes up 31-15 against Notre Dame. Notre Dame just scored 8. They scored a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. It now looks like end of the third quarter, you get a stop of the Buckeyes here. You get the ball back, you score. Another 2-point conversion. It's an 8-point game. So you need 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversion, 2-point conversions, but you need to stop Ohio State. So Notre Dame is not quite out of it yet, guys. Not quite out of it yet. $40 away from tonight's goal. Let's do it. Let's get that. Let's not wait till the last couple of minutes. Let's not be the heart attack kids again. Let's throw in a few 10, 15, 20 bucks. Let's call it a win for the toe. And let's get that last one taken care of. It is a hockey game. Spills happen. Money can fix her. No. Yeah. Sam Show says he should have sucked on her penis. I feel like that was next. And now I want you to get up out of your chair and I want you to suck my fucking cock. Yeah, I think Boston fans might be more obnoxious than Eagles fans. It's close. Are Bruins fans known as, because I'm not a big hockey guy, are Bruins fans known as bad? Worst hockey fans. Let's see. Oh, wow. Sorry, Philly. A lot of people are saying the Flyers. I can't make it up. A lot of these sites going with Philly. You guys can't catch a fucking break, can you? Let's see. What's the... Oh, no, this one says the Rangers. Rangers were given an aggression score of 82.8%. The only two teams deemed more hostile were fans of the Blackhawks at 96.9%, so Chicago, and the Colorado Avalanche at 94%. 22% of Blackhawk fans confessed to fighting opposition in the stands. Wow, the Islanders' aggression score was 8.3%, but I think that's because the Islanders have been bad for so long that Long Island just doesn't really care that much. The only fan base deemed more friendly were the Ottawa Senators at 5.5%. Yeah, it makes sense that it was a Canadian team. That would be, the nicest. You ain't getting my money. This is a very Philly response. If y'all don't like Philly fans, y'all can go suck an unhealthy dick. And to be honest, that's about the result I would expect from a Philadelphia Flyers fan. They are terrible people. They're mean-spirited. Eagles, Flyers, Phillies, doesn't matter. They're all nasty, nasty bastards. This is going to make your high school English teacher cry. Apparently, the National Archives need to hire people to transcribe 300 million documents because they don't have enough people that can read cursive. This is what happens. I mean, we were kind of, I don't know about you guys. I'm 38. We were kind of the last crowd that had to read and write cursive. And even then, like, people take a lot of liberties with that fucking writing. Cursive is the only writing where you don't have to write the letters. You know, you can just fuck around and get close. Like, cursive is a neighborhood play where you're like, all right, I got the first letter, I've got a middle letter, and I've got the last letter. I think I know what this says. Now, it's not just a matter of whether you learned cursive in school. It's how much you use cursive today, said a community manager with the National Archives catalog in D.C. We create missions where we ask volunteers to help us transcribe or tag records in our catalog. There are more than 200 years worth of documents to go through. Well, I mean, think about it. The first however many hundreds of years in this country, writing in cursive was just the thing you did. That was official handwriting. Nobody wrote in block letters back in like 1880. They wrote that shit in cursive. So if you're transcribing shit into the National Archives, yeah, chances are it's going to be in cursive. Now, if you get closer to modern day, you'll get more shit with LOL in it, and that'll be a little bit easier. But they didn't write LOL in cursive back then. You're going to have to be able to read it. Now, the organization has registered over 5,000 citizen archivists, but could still use more help. There is no application, Isaac said. You just pick a record that hasn't been done and read the instructions. It's easy to do for a half hour a day or a week. The records range from Revolutionary War pension records, because you never know when you'll need those, to the 1950 census. Most American schools no longer teach cursive, instead focusing on keyboard skills. And, you know, on its face, when you think about that, like they don't teach cursive in schools anymore, that's one of those things where we go, yeah, good, because who uses that anyway? Well, we forget about the fact that somewhere down the road, you may have to read the shit. You know, you may not have to use it in your modern day, but what if there is something from back in the day that you have to read? Currently, 24 states require cursive to be taught, but that alone may not help with the National Archives task at hand. Well, I guess it's taxpayer money, so you can just print it. you can just spend it. Oh, shit. Did Notre Dame just come up with a turnover? Notre Dame's got the ball 1st and 10 on the OSU 38, down 16 with 13:25 to go. Rigged. It's fucking rigged. It's rigged for the sports betting. See, now I'm that guy. I used to yell at the people who said it was rigged. Now you got Notre Dame getting the shit kicked out of them all game long. And all of a sudden, they got the ball back. And they got a chance to make this a game, so people stick around and watch more commercials. Poe says, do you think Sue can't read cursive? This is actually retarded. I think I could. I think I could read me some cursive. Yeah, Atomic Ray says AI can read cursive. What the fuck do we need to know that shit for? Fuck it. Fuck cursive and fuck everybody who knows it. All right, guys, we got 5 minutes left. We do have to go around a second time. We will add some time on the clock if you guys knock this out. You know, I don't want to take your last 5 minutes away from you. But we're $40 away. We're very close. This is a very close number. I want to have a perfect day, a perfect start to the week. So please, if you would be so kind, if you've been waiting to see if someone else would do it, they don't want to. Go ahead and throw us 10, 20 bucks. Couple of you do that. We'll have this thing knocked out, and we'll finish up the last of our stories tonight for you. Now, like that one that I just clicked on. But I'd like to see that 40 bucks come in. God damn it, Aaron, stop it. I'd like to see that 40 bucks come in. I'd like to see us notch a victory tonight. That would be great for morale, as it were. We had a great week. We had an unbelievable week last week. And I just really hate when we get those big leads and then we squander them. Like this morning, it's like we started at 280. Now, technically speaking, we could be starting at 280 forever. Like we never have to go back up ever again. But we just kind of, you know, some days we go way over and then other days we miss by a little bit. They end up averaging each other out. Let's just keep knocking them out. Let's just keep going over. Oh, and my other thing is, I think if the evening show goes over, that should go over for the evening show, and the morning show should go over for the morning show. I think it should stay with those groups. Okay. 4 minutes to go. And if those 4 minutes come and go and we're still 40 bucks behind, then I just did free overtime and I feel like a whore. So please show us your pity, show us your grace. Throw us a few bucks, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, and let's get this pesky last 40 bucks knocked out of memory. Please click one of the links that are up in the chat and let's do it. Let's hammer it out. Let's call it another win for the toe. It's been a great evening show. You guys have been fun to do a program for, and we're just that little bit away from getting it all hammered out. 3.5 minutes to go. What do you say you help out? Getting weird, right? Like it's getting a little awkward in here? For sure. I feel it too. Don't worry about it. Go with it and just throw a couple bucks at the toe and let's call it another win for the Toe Boys. You know me. One of the things I hate the absolute most. 3 minutes left, by the way, is giving you this overtime on credit and then it doesn't move and me thinking, wow, what a fucking douchebag I am. But got 2.5 minutes. No Pen 15 Fathead with $2 says, do you take EBT? I'll take anything that gets us another win for the toe. About 38 something left. Throw it in. 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks. Let's get this. Let's take this pesky, miserly guy with the Jewish first name and get him out of your hair. What do you say? 2 minutes and change left to go. Hit the PayPal. Hit the Streamlabs. Hit the Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo. And let's hammer out this last $40. 2 minutes left. I'm counting on you guys. Let's do the damn thing. It's a perfect start to the week that we're looking for. And I love you. And I love having you. And I just want to make sure this last little bit gets taken care of. So a nice chunk, a little generosity, I sure would appreciate it. And I'd feel way less like a used hoe if I did overtime and didn't come up $40 short. Minute and a half. What do you say? What do you say? Minute and a half. Just a couple. Just a couple. Take pity on the toe. Let's do this thing. Oh, boy, guys. This, I don't. Smile, Aaron. Smile. Positivity. Fans, smile. Nice. Be good. You're going to lose. Don't lose. All right, somebody come up with the whole 40 right now. We're not. This piecemeal thing didn't work. We got $2 from No Pen 15 Fathead. Let's hammer out this. We got a minute. We got a minute. We're 40 short. We did overtime on credit because you guys just snuck it in there. And we're getting fucked. And not in the fun way. Come on. $40. Do the damn thing. 40 seconds to go. Somebody be the hero. Somebody come in there. Notre Dame's got the ball on the OSU 9. Down 16. They're still alive. 30 seconds left. I'm going to look away. Somebody come up with that 40, and we'll call this kind of a pathetic win, but a win otherwise. It's way more pathetic if we lose. 20 seconds left. Streamlabs, PayPal. I'm still smiling. I'm still positive. I love you guys. You're great. But I did give you the 30 minutes extra. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Come on. 3, 2. Come on. Come on. That hurts. That stings. Oh, No Pen 15 Fathead with $38 at the end. He didn't even do the full 40 because he knew we had the 38 from the 2. No Pen 15 with $38, and that's good enough for another win for the toe at the very end.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Oh my God, it's at the fucking buzzer every single time. If you guys are in the process of throwing in right now and it comes in after the show, it's okay. It happens sometimes. I will put it to tomorrow evening's show. Thank you very much for your contributions. No Pen 15 Fathead, that might actually get you on the board. Oh, it definitely will. You're at 70. No Pen, unless I have that wrong and it's more. My count here is that you're at 70 for tonight. So what is it? We got Front Porch at 70, Bandit with 100, No Pen with 70, and Flinty Gecko with 50. Those are our tops right now. Thank you guys so much. We got there. Barely, but we got there. Thank you so much. We got a full one tomorrow morning with Johnny and I, but I feel confident in your guys' ability to knock it out. Thank you, No Pen. Thank you, Flinty Gecko. You guys are the best. Take it easy. We'll be back tomorrow morning.